here we go.
You think you can tell us what to wear? Well, you better be ready to bow to the masters. Break it down. It's week 14. Can you hear us out there? Give us a thumbs up if the audio's all right. I'm not sure if the audio's all right. We're just Jimmy rigging this shit.
Setup's a little different this week, so just dealing with it, getting through it.
We're sharing 2 mics again, so
welcome.
we're brothers. We know how to share. Welcome. Episode 14, Veve Bros podcast. We're live from East Los Angeles. It's your boy Veve Mescal.
You know, your boy Ben-Jammin. Benzo's 11 on VV.
Funk Vision 32, Cisco in the house. Back. Last
And
week
boy.
I wasn't here. Like these.
Yeah, Cisco
These
took the
guys.
week off to go and watch the Dodgers game. So congrats to him. That was nice. We don't take no weeks off.
It was day
We've been
night.
here 14 weeks straight.
I
This is
actually
what we're
missed one
doing.
week.
We rolled the ups and the downs. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are down. We are down. Open up the app.
Down is an understatement.
Look at what you bought in the last 2-3 months
Under
and
an
cry a
understatement.
little for it.
Shit.
Because, yeah.
Look at all the shit
Things
you
are
bought in
down.
the last 2 weeks that you could have bought it. Like 50 gems cheaper. Maybe 70 gems cheaper.
Shit. I bought that
Shit,
Homer and
that's
Bart
like-
for $650. Now it's like $300. It's like a
Yep.
little
I didn't have money
50%
to buy
correction
anything anyway, so
from
I'm
like a
just
month
waiting.
ago.
Everything is bleeding.
Wait.
Don't even look at your Omi bags. If you're looking at your Omi right now, oh my God. You guys have heard me on this show. I've been buying Omi pretty much every week. It's down 50% from a month ago. Crypto is getting crushed.
Shout out to Omi for being difficult to buy. Because I would have bought some a while ago and he was like, 8K will get you $1 million. It's like, hell yeah, it's not even that much. Now what is it?
Yep.
Like 1900 will get you $1 million Omi.
Damn.
So
Still don't
that's
got
a
it.
correction for
But
you.
that's a good thing. You know, shout out to everyone that has the opportunity now if you have the money to be able to
Yeah,
throw
but this is
in.
when most people leave.
No, I know.
This is when most people
Exactly.
leave.
It is when most
And-
people
and-
leave, but the people that know what's up and see the opportunity and able to seize it, shout out to you. If you're not afraid and you're down, just this is the moment.
Matt
you
Damon
seize.
commercial.
You
Ben-Jammin.
seize the moment, and you got to see it that way.
Fortune
Everything
favors
bounces
the
Fortune
back.
favors the brave, you
Everything. Yep,
pussy.
exactly. And that's just the truth.
You got the balls to bet on this shit.
It's just the truth.
Well, here you go.
It's
They
just
played
the
you that
truth.
commercial right when it was about to just tank. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yep.
Anyway, it's an
Yeah,
interesting
that
week
coin
to
is
say
down.
the least. We had all this stuff to talk about, but in the end, it seems so like
Not many drops. but-
pointless because
Not many drops, but a lot of activity. It's just, pretty crazy.
we only had 3 drops this week. And if
Yep.
you've been watching this show, we always have 5 a week.
Five.
5. 3 only. We only had Strange Tales 110, which was a huge comic, and I hope you guys picked it up. We'll be talking about that. And
We're
then
gonna
we
talk
had
about the movie, too.
Superman versus the Flash, and we're not going to talk about the movie or do
We
spoilers.
are
'cause I haven't seen it.
spoiler alert, and we don't.
I've
care
been
that he
lagging.
hasn't seen it because
And
he
yes,
should've saw it, and that's just how the cookie
Talking
crumbles.
to the mic.
I'll talk it to the mic when I'm on. You know what? The point is, you should have saw the movie. I'll say that.
We're not
into
going to
the
spoil
mic,
any
away from
because
the mic.
some people, a lot of people out there probably still haven't seen it. So Ben and Cisco are not going to spoil it because that'd be messed up to our audience. So you know what?
I haven't
Don't-
seen it either. I just heard about it.
Cisco saw it. He saw it. He
I
went and
YouTubed
watched it. You know he
spoilers for
did.
Doctor Strange, and then
They both
that's how
did.
I
I
know
seen it
Christopher
all.
Walken has a big role. That's about.
He keeps saying Christopher Walken, but I keep telling him R.I.P. Dude, Christopher Walken passed away a
Fucking
few years ago,
chilling,
and it's
dude. I
sad.
didn't say that
You
shit.
keep thinking that he came in. Anyway, and then we had Vengeance number 1, F.A. of America Chavez, which that secret rare is like 120 something or 130 right now. That's just like
Down.
cheap.
It's really cheap.
That might be a good pickup. You know
But
what I'm saying? Not
everything's
financial
down.
advice.
So, I mean, no, it's just if you're looking at the market, I mean, America Chavez ain't standing out to you right now.
No, but I'm like secret rares because there's so many, there's so few. They just don't dump the way other things dump. Now, some of the there's nothing new. They've been getting just destroyed over the last few months. You know, especially
Yep.
collectibles, like common collectibles, just like bargain bin, dollar bin. You know, $5 bin, $10 bin. Well, about $10 bin, $15 bin. There's a whole bunch of them. But secret rare comics, they
All right at 7.
you know,
Right at 7 as well.
these newer ones. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, we had those 3 drops, but you know, I just keep coming back to the market right now. It's such a crazy time. Some people are selling off, and I feel like there's like this, well, all over NFTs, but there's like this exodus. There's people who are like, I'm done, I'm out, and you kind of see it and how they're listing and the overall sentiment.
It's pretty quick because it hasn't been that long. So it's just pretty quick to get that scared and want to sell off because that's what he's saying it is. It's not a gem squeeze. It's not a gem.
You can't
at
call
the
it a
very
gem
end, but
squeeze. How are we? We're
no,
not
but, like,
anticipating a
No, it's like
drop.
a
yeah, they
perfect
are.
storm.
Yes, we were.
It's a-
And last week everyone was, and it's on May 27th. Everyone was, but this is different.
No,
You're
but,
seeing
like-
things. You're seeing prices go so low that you can't even believe them.
But it just like
But
we said,
all
prices-
across the board, like all the
Prices-
NFT
wait up,
projects
but I just want
are,
to say this: prices
going down.
that all the other YouTube channels, if you're following like the VV guys, anyone, any other channels would have told you these prices will never come back. They would have told you that. You know who didn't, though? Your boy Ben-Jammin. I said anything can happen in this. These prices ain't for real. But I also believe this dip is just opportunity. Don't be afraid of it. Buy the dip and just wait.
Not financial advice.
If you
Buy the
could.
dip.
If you could.
Dip your
Buy the
chips.
dip and get it. Because every single expert or guy who claims that they were on it, they would have told you these prices, they'll never go below this. It'll never, all these collectibles, all these blue chips. We're talking about the blue chip collectibles on the app.
Not no
They're
green.
at a premium price right now. Or the discount
They're
is
on a
ridiculous.
dip.
And so if you could get them,
I
get
saw
them.
the Iron Man golden moments
just
like for
walk-
400 or something.
Wait,
And
but
and
let me
that's
just-
everyone's asking.
let me just
when
say
is
this.
the bottom? You know,
Let me
like,
just say
but
this.
We'll get
Who
into
knows?
that.
The same shit though, like how we
But-
say about having a catalyst that'll drive the prices up. This dip in crypto and all that is a catalyst that's driving everything down and making people say, "Yeah, I'm jumping ship. I believe it now." And other people are just quiet. I haven't seen no prominent names saying, "Yo, I'm out. This is done." VV's
No, because
dying,
they've
shit."
been silently doing it.
Exactly.
They've been slowly selling off. Like, yo, you see this? You see this? Let me just list some stuff. Let me just put some stuff up
Nah.
in case. And this is that in case moment
I think
because we're
all
not
the
just seeing
real
a
VV heads are
squeeze.
licking their lips and saying,
But
yeah.
how many people have gems left if
Exactly.
you've been buying?
But if you could,
Especially
if
after you
do
bought
have
at
it, so-
certain prices. If
But
you
if
spent
you do-
1,000, 1,600, you thought that was going to be a great
Mhm.
investment, like to lock up your gems and to
No,
see them
true,
go up.
True.
You bought like a blue chip and now it's dumped to under 200
But
bucks.
you haven't
Wonder
really
Woman,
lost
you know, so
until
sometimes it
you
hurts,
sell,
Ben.
Until you sell. You haven't lost until you sell. But either way, people predicted, oh, this price would never go below.
Hype
You
at the
don't know
moment.
what's gonna happen. No, but it's just you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's up with the real market. But I'm telling you, the prices are so low right now. You know for a fact they're gonna go up. You know for a fact they will. But I don't know what's the bottom. So I don't know when. You can't time the market. But I'm telling you, when you see these floors get ridiculous on some real blue chips, they get bought up.
You have to
And
imagine
then
we're gonna
people
go
push it lower. But if you're
low.
watching the market all day, though, if you're watching it all day, you're seeing floors get bought up, and then a new floor goes even lower because someone's trying to undercut by even more. But it's the floors are being bought by somebody. People are buying up floors in today's market right now. 'Cause
So
I've seen it all day.
let's segue a little
I haven't
bit.
bought anything because you don't know what the floor is
No,
gonna
no,
be.
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm just waiting. It's just this shit get bought up.
Anything
So
you bought
some
in the
people
last
are
2
buying up.
months, unless you hit a rare one, like we were talking about earlier, you're pretty much down. So if you had
No,
maybe
well-
treated there's certain ones that Star Wars dropped. There's certain stuff, the Doctor Strange on the 110 we'll talk about right
Well,
now.
the comics, dude. If you that's how you're gonna have to look at it, right? You're not putting in a lot of money to go for a drop. It's $7, and if you go for multiples, it's more than 7. But if you just wanted to take that risk, if you do land a secret rare, which I did, I don't even know what X that is, with it being over $100. But even at 70, you're at the 10X. So it's a safe bet on the comics on the drops as far as that goes. But it's crazy because they're not selling out instantly. Those are the drops that ain't selling out instantly.
Yeah,
And that's
because
just
you know
pretty
you're gonna
crazy.
go under retail. And then if you're spending $35 every time you go for a comic and there's 3 comics a week, that adds up. It's over $100 a week just going for comics.
But
That's
this week
400
there
bucks a
wasn't.
month.
This week
I
there
know, but
wasn't.
there's
See,
been other
exactly.
ones.
So
If you're
the-
using the
So
strategy
no, that
of doing it.
denomination is wrong though. Just that.
No, well, you've done that before. They'll spend hundreds on these comic drops that aren't really that great. And you could have just waited to the aftermarket.
No, but
It
look,
might not be smart to go for any drops right now, straight up. Like as
I
we're
think
talking
a comic
strategy,
drop is
a
safe bet. I wouldn't
What are the
say.
what are the
don't get for
comments
no
saying? I
drops.
can't read the comments today
I
because
would not go.
Cisco usually keeps
I
us
would
on the
not
comments.
go not for a comic drop.
I'm
I
not
think that's
saying
safe.
I'm not saying not to go for any of them, but I'm just saying like sometimes
That's what I
you might just have to be like, you know what, this ain't one I'm gonna go for and try to go for 5 copies.
Funky One said, "Ben-Jammin to the moon." It's actually the cow jumps over the moon.
Ben-Jammin.
On the
There it
moon.
is. Booyah. You see? But thank you, I appreciate that too, because bro, this be cramping my style.
What are you
But
talking about? I'm
but
just
look, no, I'm just saying
talking
though. No,
strategy.
I'm
You
just saying
can't
though.
just
I believe that a comic is a safe bet because you can
yeah, I
land an ultra
agree.
rare.
And the secret rare is a
Look,
safe
even if he
bet.
says like, look, you go if let's say you get 5 every time, which you got to get lucky to get 5. I got 5 a few times, but if you got 5 and you land one ultra rares normally go for about 30. So if you sold that ultra rare right off the back, you'd get 28 of your gems back, and you still have those other comics in your collection.
All
So
right, we went for the
there's it's
Vengeance,
kind of easy.
which was
That's
a
what,
good
but I'm just
comic,
saying it's kind
but
of
we all
easy to
got
get.
3. And how many of them? What did
Oh,
you
they're
get?
all commons.
All commons,
Yeah,
literally
nothing
9
happens.
commons from
But is
us 3.
that a big risk?
No,
Is that
I'm
a
just
big
saying
risk?
it happens.
You know,
If you get unlucky and do
people
that,
risking
there
70
might
for
be
the
a better
Ayagamoto,
strategy.
and then no, it's just I'm just saying I think that's a safe bet, and that's all I'm
I
saying.
was looking at the Amazing
Right?
Spider-Man,
Safe
like,
bet.
and I said the Puma FA, like comics and crypto shitted on it. People dumped it, but it's still an Amazing Spider-Man comic. It has an FA, and the secret rare was going for like $90, 99, right there. And then I was like, dude, if you just even look at all the Amazing Spider-Man comics, that's the cheapest secret rare by far. You know, I told you fools, I was
Mhm.
like that's a pretty safe bet. And then that one's up right now to like 130. It was up to like 140, 150 within a few days. And I was like, those are like, there's only 600 available. And most times there's like a very small amount of listings. Same thing with America Chavez right now. It's like 140. There's 153 listings. So there's a bunch of listings. It'll just take a few people or a few whales or even just one. But you know what I mean? Like, even if a few people just stack that one, normal people, that supply could just go, and that comic could easily go over 200, 250 real quick. You know, that's a good one right there. Like, not financial advice, but that's one of, hey man, you're gonna fuck up my phone. Anyway, we're gonna talk about Doctor Strange. All right, Doctor Strange, the comic and the movie. No spoilers. You guys better not spoil it. But obviously,
So
we
how
had
can
a
we talk
huge,
about the movie if we can't?
we
spoil
had a
it?
huge drop. Doctor Strange 110, the comic.
Correct, no?
Did you guys go for it? How many copies did you guys get? Go ahead.
Yep, I did, and I actually hit an ultra rare.
Boom.
I got 3 copies on the drop. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, me too. I got
Awesome.
3. There were 2 commons and then 1 rare.
No,
the
you
rare-
didn't. You guys both got 2, no?
No, I got 3. I think.
Well, I
No,
got a
not
rare
on
and
that
one
one.
rare.
Yeah, man. Relax, bro.
Why the fuck you ask us if you know?
No,
I know.
I'm telling you, like,
How's he
not
gonna
a lot of
tell
people
me
got
no?
3.
Motherfucker, I got 3.
I don't know. I'll tell you.
Maybe I bought one after.
Yeah, look,
Maybe I stacked.
I got
You should have
2
stacked that one.
common and 1 ultra rare, and then I bought a uncommon in the market.
Well,
Yep.
What did you get?
I got an uncommon and 2 common. Then I stacked 8 common in the market and 2 more uncommon. So my stack is 13
But-
comics completely.
And yeah, but back to my point too on that drop.
Because that
My
is a
ultra
top
rare,
5
and
comic
he'll go
on the
into
app
his
from
strategy
Comics
right
and
now,
Crypto.
too. He has his
Boom.
strategy and everything. But
And I
like
sold a
said,
Star Wars rare comic to do it. Dun, dun, dun. I hit a rare comic on the Star Wars on the
smart
drop,
sale.
and I sold it
That's
in
a-
order to
that's a
go
good
for
time
the
to
Strange
time
because I
market.
didn't want to put new money in. So I only put in like $25, $30. And I sold that comic for 77. And then I used that 120 or something that I had, and I just stacked the Strange Tales and sniped them in the market right after. Boom, boom, quick fingers for like the cheapest one I got was like $9. Then I just went up from there, $10, $11, $12. The most expensive one
It
I
was
got was
hard to- it was hard to
$15.
cop.
But yeah, I was there for like 3 hours, just people beating me.
It
Then
was hard.
boom, I would snipe a few good ones. But I missed like a couple 3 digits that people listed for like $8.
And the
Someone
force back
listed
down
like
to
a
18 on that one. On the-
3-digit
on the comment.
200 for $50. Remember, I took the screenshot. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I missed this one. It was like 250 something for $50. I'm like, god damn. And yeah, what happened with that comic? It pumped like crazy. And we're talking about comics being a good form of liquidity, because if you have $250 right now, why go and buy a Spider-Man? You know, I get it at season 1. It's a blue chip, but why put it there if you know the Spider-Man is just headed down, headed towards 190, 170, whatever it may be? How low will it go? Well, on the flip side, Strange Tales on that, you know, from the time you're sniping in the market at $12, it's a 1x by the next day, you know, and it pumped almost to $30. So that was pretty cool. And now it's settling down, you know, the market,
It's
people
at
are
18.
flipping, and yeah, it's
It's at
down to
18.
18.
But like
Yeah.
I'm saying though, I hit an ultra rare on that drop, and that it went all the way up to like 270 for that one. But right now it's down at 140. But either way,
140.
off $7, I have a comic that's worth 140 right now.
No, an ultra rare
In a down
top
market,
5
which I ain't
comic.
trying to sell it. I
That's a
won't
great
sell
one,
it.
dude. That's a
How
great
much
But
one.
I'm just
market?
saying that's my point on if you don't put that $7 gamble, you can't get that.
Well, you had to go for
you
this
can't
one.
get that. No, but
you
either
know?
way, there's still other ones where
But
you
this
can
is just a
still
great one,
hit,
like,
and
and-
it's just
and-
why not go for it?
And I was
If
telling my
you
brothers
got it,
about
if
this
you got it.
to talk
That's
about
my point.
comics and about what Veve, like Veve has dropped some great comics this year. And if you look at the comics in crypto top 25, what is it? I think it was like 12 or 13, like half of them have been dropped in the last 6 months. So, there's a lot of great comics out there, that are at a bargain right now.
They have a lot more to come still. That's why, yeah, we felt like we missed out on when we did Fantastic Four
No,
number
we kinda
one,
did.
Amazing Spider-Man
But-
number one. No, we did. Yeah, I get that part. But
I
there
sold
are
my
still-
Well,
Marvel
that like
Comics number
first
one
week,
at
you can't match
205.
it. They gave
Boom.
MC
that shit's at
number
like
1 and
150 right now.
Journey into Mystery. That was the second comic ever dropped on the app, and then it was Amazing Spider-Man. So it was like boom, boom, boom. If you had just stacked those 3, you're still eating off of that.
Mhm.
I'm hoping the same
Yep.
thing with the Strange Tales. Like it'll be $100 comic, $150 comic when things are up again, and just have a nice stack.
Once the comic book community gets on the app, which who knows in how many years it is.
I mean,
But
or
once
even
they
if things
do,
get back to
it
how
will
they
be
were when
on.
they were thriving and things were up. But who knows? Who knows? Doctor Strange. All right.
It's gonna be a long
Spoiler alerts. Go ahead.
while.
What's the things after watching the movie? You don't have to give too many details. What are the things that you saw in the movie that you're like, damn, Veve was setting this up or giving hints? Go ahead.
Well, I don't think they set up for Wanda to be the way she was, but of course you've seen her comic book pump. The FA, the one with her on the cover.
Yep.
That one pumped mega for a few days over the weekend when the fucking movie dropped. And rightfully so, because you actually seen her power. That was one of the things I hated about the Avengers, about the Infinity Wars, was that they turned Wanda and Vision into like weaklings, basically liabilities. Like they had to protect Vision. Vision's one of the strongest characters in the Marvel universe, and he was right there running. And then you had Wanda protecting him, and she never showcased her true power. She kind of went on her flurry on Thanos, if you remember, when she loses her shit. But even then, it still doesn't end up working. Where he's like, I forget how the hell Thanos gets out, but this movie
Says,
shows her as
Rain
Scarlet
hellfire.
Witch,
Sorry.
shows her as a level 10 mutant, as someone who's like on that level, really proves it. Like, because her dad is supposed to be Magneto, he's supposed to be that's supposed to be her dad, and they didn't do that in that universe. But
because it's Christopher
that's
Walken.
how she.
And that was what I wanted to get. No, the main thing is too,
Christopher
let's say
Walken is not in
America
the movie.
Chavez. She's Young Avenger. They've been dropping them in the Disney Plus shows, showing them, even if it's a small little cameo, but they're there. That's who they are. That's on its way too. They, without giving any spoilers on it, just the one thing, multiverse, right? So they're talking about the multiverse. So whatever characters they do present, or now they're in the MCU and all that, all I can say is the fact that they're in the movie at all establishes that they exist in some form in the same, the freaking whatever universe 616 and all that. Like,
Yeah.
that's the main thing, because no matter what, now it's just established. They do exist. Doctor Strange is one of the sickest foods, the main foods too. Like, it establishes all of that, and it's like how you said, they didn't hold back. So some people probably didn't like parts of the movie, or like, oh, dialogue was whack, or this,
You've
that,
never
whatever. But it's
seen a
like,
Marvel movie
no, it's like
that one,
you
and
can't.
That's what's dope.
You can't.
That's what's dope though.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't tell it any other way. Like you said, or else
Right.
you would have to like water it down.
Yep.
So it's like, all right.
Anyone out there seen the movie? Let us know if you've seen it in the
that
comments. No
shit
spoilers,
is dope.
please.
Like, what they did, the way they pushed the envelope on this one,
The
for it
movie
being-
is trash. Funky one said.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
Funky One
and
says
I
the
get
movie's
that. No, and there was I
trash.
seen both sides of it. I
Damn.
seen both sides of it.
Fuck
because
that. I'm not watching it.
no, but like I told you,
Right, we'll tell you
and,
all about
and it was funny because we're it's always sunny in Philadelphia fans. If you've seen that when they do the play, and Max like, I'm going for gas, like laughs are cheap. I'm going for gas, and that's literally what the director did. He just went. It's like high in shock value. Not really the best storyline, not really the best as far as like showcasing other shit besides the wow factor. Like, holy shit, how many times did that movie make you go like, what the fuck? Like, you're not expecting that shit to happen, and then they do it.
Where can
Like,
I stream bootleg
it's
movies?
pretty crazy, but
Drop the
I'm
link.
telling you,
The main thing
I
too is
liked
that
it.
people,
I knew a
people
lot of
went
people
into it-
wouldn't like it.
people went
Really,
into think about
I've been hearing that it's good.
no, but think
Everyone
about
I've
all the
said,
speculation.
it's the
leading
first
up to it.
person
So
I've met on
people
the
went
internet that
into
says
it
they don't
like,
like
I've
it.
seen a lot
they
of people
better
shit
do
on the
this.
movie, and I get it.
I hope they
get
do
it.
this. And there was a bunch of like trailers that were like fan made, and people were like, no, this is a real trailer. Like this guy does come out for sure. I saw it. He came out
Deadpool
and it was
didn't
like,
come out.
okay, that's fine. But like that's what people were. Like,
Spoiler,
they had
no
expectations
Deadpool. Wow.
that were very high,
Wow.
and they were
Don't get-
disappointed.
I'm not watching it now.
Ryan Reynolds.
Christopher
said he didn't
Walken
come out.
is the
That was
new
a spoiler
Deadpool.
alert. But either way,
Christopher Walken is old Deadpool. There we go.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
I
so
liked it. I
so
liked the
if
way
you
it
look at the
was.
comics
I
now,
thought that shit was
just
dope.
saying, as someone who's seen the movie, you guys, right? And if you look at the comics in the market right now, what's a comic you're like, okay, because this movie, because they put this person. I mean, obviously it's America Chavez one, right? Everyone should go out and buy an America Chavez secret rare right now. You should pump that shit to
Not
over
financial
200.
advice.
Then I'll
Not
dump it
financial
like my
advice.
collectibles on your ass. Blah, blah. Anyway,
It's hard to talk about it without spoilers, so we might as well just
so let's move on.
move on.
Next topic
Mhm.
on the list: the battle statue, the drop. Dun dun dun. The Flash FA. What is an FA? The debate raged this week.
That is
Before we
true.
get into that, did you guys go for the drop? Did you guys hit?
I
Talk to
stepped
me.
through it, missed it, and then bought it for 155.
155. Dr.
And now
Benjamin.
it's at what, $3?
Yeah, I know. I took a $152
Now it's
loss.
at $4.
God
I
damn it.
slept through it too.
But I really wanted
counting
this drop,
sheep.
so it wasn't like a FOMO thing. I really wanted
Talking
this
to the
drop,
mic.
and I was afraid that it would shoot up because I was pumped up off the Star Wars drop, thinking things like this, and it was less than 9,000 on this mint. So I was thinking like, I can't miss my opportunity. I seen what happened with the Killer Croc one, so I was like, I don't want to see that shit happen. But fuck, I could have bought it way cheaper. But I mean, in hindsight, but I really wanted it.
I didn't
I'm
go
not
for it.
selling it.
I'm gonna buy it at
I'm gonna
$75.
keep it. I'll probably buy another at $75 too.
Why not?
But but I do think this is one you can stack. The fact that it's under retail.
I forgot who said it's the.
If you stack this one, it is good. I do count it as the Flash FA because it's an actual collectible.
So let's pose
It's
the
not
question
cards,
to the
and that's
people
where,
in the
that's
chat.
where the debate goes into. And yeah, you guys.
Okay, look. No. Let's talk about it. We're talking. This is Flash FA on Veve, and people are saying, hey, on the blockchain, hero cards already have Flash. So when you look on the blockchain with your blockchain binoculars, one day down in the future world, you're gonna be like, boom, who was actually the first blockchain ever Flash? And it's gonna be hero cards. So people are saying, oh, that brought down the value of this said collectible. What do you guys think about that?
I think they're different.
Which one is the FA? Hero or Veve?
No. If you
One answer.
If you're in
Hero or Veve?
hold on.
No.
Veve. For
Veve
Flash,
is?
for Flash, yeah.
Veve
So
is?
look, this is why, and this is why. No, but this is why.
Oh shit!
All right, this dude could say it's bullshit, but why you ask me my question? You're just good shit on it. Anyways, only following by this measuring thing.
Measuring thing.
Shut up. The lenticulars got labeled as a first edition. So if it's a card, which he said multiple times, and now he's backtracking on it, I don't know why, but he's the one who said it, and it is true. If you collect cards, there's a first edition. There's not a first appearance. There's a first edition, so that was separated from an FA. That's my take on it. Well, whatever.
No,
I'm not saying
I'm listening.
Right,
I'm listening.
But I'm just saying
there is no right or wrong answer because
Yeah.
this is so new. It's like,
or is it bullshit? That's what the fuck it. Fuck this one.
I'm agreeing with you. I think that was a great answer, Ben. What do the people in the chat have to think about this? Have to say about these thoughts that you're thinking? Say them in comment form. No, look, you're right, Ben. FA first appearance as a collectible, it definitely is. First appearance on the blockchain. Obviously, if Hero already has it, then it's just dated, just like copyright or like anything else. Like who was the first? And right now that may matter, and even down the line it may, or it could be the opposite, like where there is so much stuff on the blockchain and shit like that. Like it doesn't really matter which one's more significant. If Hero isn't as big as Veve and Vive's huge, and that's the FA on Veve, then Vive's gonna be the winner. It's like heavyweight champ bouts. Like you can make a bout,
which I
but
think
which
like
one's the one that everyone wants? It's
and
usually the
no,
green one
and
or the
that's
you
what
know
I'm
the
saying
top
too.
the top
Them choosing
organization.
that particular battle statue as his FA is huge.
I guess my reason's
That
kind of
one's
stupid
huge.
too.
That one's huge though. The fact that they chose that for Flash, the race against Superman. Don't matter if it's Superman's second drop on
Second
blockchain,
appearance,
but
which
still,
matters, right? Second appearance.
I think it'll be
Yeah,
cool.
it
But
took a long ass
I mean,
time before they brought him out again.
Well,
and
yeah,
he
because if
won.
you say, all right, let me see the Superman collectibles, there's only 2. So just for that being,
Yep.
same thing with Mickey,
And-
like with the band leader, like there's only 3 Mickeys on,
How many
well,
Supermans
besides
are there?
like I'm
How
talking
big was
about
that mint?
collectibles though, the
how large was
lenticulars,
that
right?
mint though?
What? Superman, I think the same, 8,888,
Damn.
if I'm not mistaken. If you
It's a
own a
rare
Superman
mint.
out there, let us
That's a
know.
rare mint.
But even then, right, 8,888, it was 120 a pop. VV on sales right there, $1 million. So even in the bear market, VV's racking it in. And that's the thing about people
Yeah,
wanting
'cause
to
it's a
leave.
scam. They're just stealing your money. That's why.
But like that's what's
David,
crazy
you-
about people who want to leave, like, or will just like sell out and be like this. Like,
shit.
you don't understand, as this company's succeeding, like we're succeeding. We should be celebrating the fact that things can still sell out in a bear market. And while everything else is dumping and diving, sure, our market's going down, but you best believe we get Obi-Wan. You best believe we get, the VV logos coming up this month. We're going to talk about, and, big IPs and fun stuff. People are going to buy it. People are going to jump all over it. Sure, there's going to be stuff that might sit there. And honestly, it should. You shouldn't go for everything. You just really shouldn't. And people are going to realize
Times
that
have
because it does
changed.
add up. And people are right now trying to figure out how they pay rent. How do they do? Times are getting tough. Gas is expensive. Rent's expensive. Going to the market is expensive.
And of
Some people
course-
have that money and other people don't. And it affects the entire system. You
And
need
so
every size
what
person.
you need to expect is a bunch of people complaining about MTL again on a higher level because
yeah.
of the down
Oh, yeah.
market, because of it all.
You're gonna
You
have
got
people just like, I'm
crypto's
done.
crashing. You got to see all their investments are going down. Even Omi's going down right now. It's at a
Omi is
discount.
getting
It's not like it's fucking like.
crushed.
But if they don't see it that way, they're that's it. They're filled with FUD. They want out. That's it. They're gonna be shitting on it. And I don't think you people should be affected by it. Just if you're down with it, just roll with the punches because it's gonna be a tough while. I think it's gonna be real tough. But we're gonna have some good drops probably during this time.
I mean, it's kind of cool in that sense. Like to think that things might get so bad or be so down that we might get, like say this Obi-Wan at this time, or we get say
Okay,
Mario, or we
Tomatoes,
get
good question.
Capcom, or we get
Obi-Wan, if we on the drop, does it sell out?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely sells out
Yes.
I think
this
so.
time.
You might be able to
So-
get multiple, but it's definitely going to sell out. Like there's no way.
Especially we
It's
don't
not.
know like how many mint sizes, how many different
Okay.
variants.
Question
We don't know
two.
how they're gonna
Question
roll it
two.
out.
Does it go on the retail on the market after it opens? Boom.
I think the common always has a chance to, just depending on what it is. The common or the uncommon, the rare ones will be a little safer. Or look at the Batman, Batman one, the rare went under, the common and the uncommon kicked ass. So, they're all at risk, but there's certain ones that have held pretty good. So we'll see. I think they'll hold pretty damn good. Like
Well, some
you
people
can't bet
right now
against
are-
Star Wars because
some
look
people
what happened
right
with the
now are
comic.
seeing partners such in reach that they're like,
But even then, like
dude,
a lot of people don't have $8,000 or whatever it's going down to,
it's
$7,000,
$7 or
$6,000.
7.1.
Some people do, but some
No,
people
some
don't.
people
you know,
do and other shit that they could just sell off.
once it was
They
over
see
$5,000,
it.
it was out of a lot of people's reach. So if it's 25, if it's 50, the common person's like, it don't matter. It could hit 100. It's just a story I tell. I still can't get it. It would have to come even lower. But I think right at that where it's at 7.5, that's going to look really good to a lot of people who do have money and they're going to be able to buy. But it would have to come down a lot more for us to jump on one. Maybe $5,000. You could probably pull it out. That's another.
Who knows
We've already put in
where
enough money in
is
VV, and I'm
the
sure a lot of
bottom?
people are feeling that way. Especially if you're feeling like it's going to stay down there anyway. There's no urgency for you to jump on these. And everyone's coming to that conclusion. And we could say that as being doing this for 14 weeks. We talked about it back on episode 1, 14 weeks ago, 13 weeks ago. Me and Cisco were like, we want to jump on all these collectibles. We're like, we got to look the devil in the eye and see if we really are headed down, have discipline. We still waited. We ended up jumping on collectibles and we've bought every dip. and now we're even lower, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the smarter thing in hindsight, of course, would have been go for drops. Don't buy anything in the market until you figure out where things are at. If you have an itch, just upload the gems at the very least. So maybe you don't want to spend the cash. But only two people right now that are in a good position are the people who just loaded gems and held it like a stable coin, or the people with liquid cash on hand. But that cash on hand isn't flowing into the app. It's pretty steady, the same amount of new gems being bought in the market right now. And you could check it on Twitter through pudding cheeks charts. So this dude, he looks at the data from the crypto and from the blockchain, and he makes these charts and lets you know how many new gems got bought, how much the app made in sales and secondary market fees. So you can see when certain drops hit over $1 million. You can see how certain drops, react. And I mean, when you look at it right there, like Vivi's still killing it. Vivi is still killing it. And shit, they can't stop sell out a a Star Trek NFT launch on Recur. The pass is
Like
down to
2 months ago.
140 right now. You know what I mean? Like a lot of NFTs are like struggling right now. And
Damn.
Vivi literally is 100 for 100 on
But on that
sellouts.
note, where is the Recur army? Fuck, down to 140.
But Recur, it's crazy. They only had that much momentum because of the Vivi community. So you see the Vivi effect. Same thing with Hero. Like it's a lot of Vivi heads on it. Same thing with the Bat Cow.
Back
So
out as well, yeah. A lot of Omi homies on that. You know?
so what do you think, Cisco? FA, back to the statue. Is it FA of the Flash? Like how do you see it? Do you not care, or like
As an
long as
owner of the hero cards, if you
which you're
pull-
supposed to
Yeah,
bring
but I
on the
don't know
show to
what
open them
Abby-
up?
Yeah, I forgot it. Oops.
so if you pull the Flash, what do you consider it?
If I pull a flash, it depends what it is. When I've been looking at, I don't even know the full dynamic of it. Like I haven't even looked into it. I only bought the pack
See?
because I looked on Twitter.
Bag
They only
chasing,
had 3,000. I was
chasing,
like, all right, let me see. I'll just get this shit.
moon chasing.
Bag chase. But if I cash that bag, he's gonna be like, oh shit, fool, send me some rent money. Let's get this
Fuck
new
yeah,
mic. So we
baby.
each have our own. I'll do it.
Well, we need a
Fucking
mixer, not a
Get
mic.
one of the mythic or whatever it is, the better ones.
Sure,
But
Mike's.
to answer your question, they're labeling it FA. I'll let everyone else sort it out when it comes to it. I didn't jump on it like that anyways. If I could buy it at a dip, it is still a dope statue, like Ben said. As far as the other battle statue is Batman, this one's Superman. Flash is linked to it, I think, because of Flashpoint. Maybe they are trying to be a little bit more strategic with their drops, like somewhat at
But
least.
these are all physical statues in real
Yeah,
life,
as well.
no?
Yes, they are also physical statues.
Right.
But either way, the fact that they dropped the Batman, they dropped Superman, those are two most significant. Like that everyone the divide on. Like you can say, oh, I like both. Like no, which one's your favorite? Like I remember growing up, it was like that. Who is your favorite? Is it Batman or Superman? Because of the cartoon, because of how it was for us. Either way, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's FA. It says FA on it. It says FA Croc on the other one and everything. Besides the hero cards, if they're not acknowledging it like that, then
Yeah.
let the others sort it out later.
It's still FA for that project, regardless. Like if you have the card of Flash, like that's the FA for Hero, and like that, if that's in time and people honor that more, then cool. But if 10 years from now, 1 billion people know about Vivi and only 1 million know about Hero, and they're like, oh yeah, it was this company that kind of came up when everything else was. People are into the cards, but then everyone else got cards anyway, and DC gave its IP to a bunch of places, and then these ended up being just a few where the shit, and then the rest of them were just kind of
also
like.
not only that, like the difference in this statue and
I
the
don't
other
know.
ones that are like the other DC ones that are statues in physical form already and all that, is that this represents a specific event, the battle between Superman and Flash, the race. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it represents that. So either way, it has that catalyst attached to it, regardless.
Right.
So it's not just like him in 5 different poses or something, or 3 different poses, and you're arguing is that
Yeah.
the FA? It's like nope, this has its own significance regardless. And the other one, maybe not the Batman and Croc like that, but it's still dope. Like that one, visually, like to pop it out on the AR and all that, like that one looks amazing. Like I almost bought that one for 600 on drop day.
I wasn't gonna do that, but
By
fuck,
mistake.
I went for it on the drop. I didn't hit.
No, I didn't get it
fuck.
either. But yeah, I'll FE. That's not for me.
I
That's
don't really care. I don't really give a fuck.
that's not for me to decide.
Me personally.
Let the big
But
wigs and Washington.
Some
figure
people
that out.
purchased only on that tip, the fact that it was the FA. So those are the people like pissed about it and shit.
And
Either way,
I
it's still a dope ass
I
battle
touched-
statue though.
I
They're not
touched on
gonna drop
this-
that again.
I touched on this a few weeks ago, and I don't remember what episode it was. But we have to remember too, like in all of this, a lot of people do have crypto who are in VV, right? So they're hurting right now. This was signs, damn, I don't even want to look at my portfolio, right? So they're on top of that. So what are they fishing for? Some type of W in their eyes, or some type of like, I got out and I didn't lose it all type shit, right? But also in this space, people like to talk about their victories. Like, oh, I got this, and it was this, and it was that, but they ain't gonna mention it the other end, right? So when they come, when everyone hears about the news that crypto's plummeting and NFTs this, and everyone's backing out of projects and shit, when they come, hey, what about you? Remember you were telling me about that thing you had or whatever? And it's like, yeah, they don't want to be the one to be like, no, I got out.
I have a
Shit.
perfect
Not
example
me,
of this,
not
too, but,
I.
Like, not really like on the bragging part as far as the person, but my coworker, he hit on the ultra rare, and he sold it for about 250 because I told him like sell it for 250. Over the weekend, it pumped to like 5 something.
Which ultra rare?
The Star Wars drop.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it pumped. But if you check it
See,
out,
I
right
wouldn't
now,
have sold that
no,
one right
yeah,
then.
he
and there.
did. He
No,
said
I
he
gave him
would.
a
I have
props
the
though. I gave him
screenshot,
props
but-
that I said I would have
but
waited.
trip out.
I would have
It's
at least
back
waited
down,
a few days.
It's back down to what he sold it at. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Right, but the main
either
question
way,
is, what
and
did
he was
do
able
with-
to.
Yeah, what did he do with those
He
gems?
copped the uncommon.
Liquidity.
He bought an uncommon. I
One?
believe a 4-digit uncommon. Yeah, he bought one, and then he bought a Golden Moments, one of the cheap ones that one of those that was down.
Right.
One of the,
See, and that's the thing
Can't
right there.
remember,
Like, okay, you take those profits, but it's honestly better to fucking hold, to just hold, to buy low, sell high, and then hold tight because you want to wait. Now, sure, whatever he bought, the Golden Moments is probably even cheaper today. And even holding it a little while longer, what's to stop it from falling? The only thing to stop it from falling is people thinking it won't go that low. But things are changing on the app. And that's what I was telling these fools. You got to change with it. You really do. Because if you just go with the same strategy too much over time, this market leaves you in the dust, And it was hard, you have this attachment to the Star Wars comics, and it was even hard for me, right? I sold my rare because I didn't want to put in more money for Strange. But I was like, you know what? That's a nice come up. And I still think in my heart, like the uncommon and the common are still like really dope. The ultra rare is super dope too. They're pushing that one. And the secret rare, again, blockchain, everyone's talking about it. Well, that's the first time they're saying you're seeing all those characters on the blockchain. It's like you can imagine, it's not set in stone, but you could imagine you had a drop with
but hold on.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, true.
But
that's
Luke.
bullshit because they have never ever said like, oh, this is the FA of Spider-Man, and then they have a collectible of Spider-Man, and they're not debating which is the true FA, but only because it's Star Wars. That's a comic book cover. It's at the end of the day, it's a comic book cover. So if you consider the others FAs, and they have double FAs because you got Spider-Man, the comic book, and then you got the FA and the collectible, then you're right there contradicting yourself. So people need to make up their minds on that. But just Star Wars got people up in arms because it's like, no.
Hold
Star
on,
Wars
let me rebuttal if you'll let me. Let me just say why though. Look, they're just saying 20 years from now, 30 years from now, right? Like when you have the metadata on everything, and like just as things have aged, and there's a million Star Wars NFTs, and they're gonna say, okay, because collectors care about these type of things, right? They're gonna say, which one was the first one, the first ever that you see on a blip that says Star Wars on it, right?
Stole your shit.
It'll still be the Golden Moments. It'll still be the Golden Moments R2 and CP3. Like that'll be that moment in time. Bloop, Star Wars, first time they ever appeared. Cool. Star Wars as a general, those two characters. When's the next time that you see them on a blockchain, just in general? Doesn't matter if it's anything, the same thing with the hero point.
Picking and choosing.
No, I'm just saying it might be important to some people down the line. And that was a reason enough for people to jump all over it this past weekend and this past week and pump that thing to 550 because that was for the ultra rare, but also for the secret rare went over 2.
Well, ultra rare is dope. It's like the black and white of the poster, the movie poster.
Right.
That's what looks dope about it. But wait, real quick, that's bullshit. Because what I was gonna say, Ben, about the comics, the FA, it's because it's their first appearance in the comic book world ever existing. That's why it says FA of Spider-Man Is
No,
you know,
no,
and so
he's
it's like
just saying on
It
the
is a
tag,
comic.
yeah, sorry. I get it, but on the tag, yeah, it does say it says FA because that was their first time coming out
So
in Marvel
technically,
Comics.
that's
Like,
Star Wars #1. Wouldn't that be the FA for all those characters?
no, because the movie came out first and it was based off of the movie
That
because
don't
the movie's a
matter.
property. Yes,
It's
it
a
came out at the same
comic
time,
book.
but it won't be. You're saying on the
Still a
blockchain
comic.
though.
I'm not saying on the block.
That's why you're saying
No,
FA in
I'm
general.
saying that was
That's
the
why the movie came
catalyst
out first.
that
I'm saying you
drove. That's what
never
you heard.
heard
And
this.
remember,
But wait.
look,
I'm
hold
saying
on,
you
hold
never
on.
heard
I gotta
this
say this.
argument.
I
Hold
gotta
on,
say
hold
this. I said this last week. Let me say it real quick.
I wasn't here last week. What'd you say?
Winnie the
I didn't
Pooh
say
effect
how
was gonna
it is.
happen with the May the 4th. I said the same thing with Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh dropped. Everyone thought, oh, everything else went down. It rose up. Fourth biggest IP in the world, bro.
We told everybody on
Gonna
Vivi.
go.
He told me, he texted me, and then I commented it on Vivi, and he was like, "You son of a bitch, stealing my takes." Max
Anyway,
Kellerman.
listen.
All right, wait up.
I called
Anyways,
it with this Star Wars.
my whole
Hold
shit
on, hold
is-
on.
Yes, you
Pay
did.
attention.
I quit.
But you didn't
I-
expect it this fast.
No, man.
And-
Yes, I did. I even said the first few days, then it pumps down. I'm just saying it for the record.
Fool,
Because
down to
Star Wars
32.
has
Comic.
that's what happens. I even said that.
Winnie
it
the
would
Pooh hasn't
pump,
gone that
that
low.
it would relative to Winnie the Pooh went from 2 something to 550, 650, now back to 2 something. Now it's like 180, 170. It's way down relative to the market, but the catalyst was there to make it pump. Same thing with Star Wars. It's such a good IP.
Yes.
There's such a good story. It
And
has
you
so
could
much
continue your
rich
point, but my
history,
whole point
but
is
so
this.
much rich history.
Just one
that
question,
people are
and you
gonna
don't gotta
find
answer.
catalysts.
But where the fuck was this argument prior? They didn't. No one said anything. But now, because it's a Star Wars comic, it sparks
I
the
called it.
debate. No, but
I called it.
you're talking about the market, but still the debate about it. People debating it. You never made this debate before when it came to any of the superheroes that have their collectibles out there. You never said anything, and now on this, you want to make it a big deal. I personally do not give a fuck, but I'm just saying. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right because it's a comic. And the fact that Vivi chose to drop them as a comic, you could take that up with David, you and them, but that's what they chose to do. So that's the FA for them in the comic world. But as far as a collectible NFT, I don't believe that you could count them as that. Not that I care though. I think you count, but I do think based off other things, you got to keep it 100 and just say that's a comic at
from
the end
the
of the day.
collecting of VV, okay, but down the line, talking 20, 30 years from now, it might matter to some people, and that's enough. That's enough to get people to go and buy it and cop it. And then he's saying,
No,
we just
but
only get
yes,
the
but
comic.
you're saying down the
We
line,
take
but
it for
people right now
granted.
want a
Hold on.
definitive answer. They want that. They want that shit said. Like
Yeah,
they
but
want the.
you can't.
they
It
want the
plays out
answer
over
set in
time. The
stone.
rules play out over
Okay,
time.
but I'm not arguing with you. That's the people that are mad about it. They're the ones who want the answer right now. Like we need to know: is this the FA of Vader right here? Because it's on a poster. Is this the FA of him? Like, no, it's a comic book cover.
Ronnie 87. Yeah, R2D2 is technically the
first ever, yeah.
very first ever. Like, if you were
Yeah,
an alien
agree
that
with that
came
one.
and you said, "What's blockchain? What is this? What is digital?" and you're explaining it, you go, "When did Star Wars
True.
occur?" It'd be that day in November when VV and
Yep.
Disney dropped that, and that's very significant. Then they're gonna say, "Okay, when was the first time?" in a description, if it turns out like that. If not, if it just says
But
Star
it's
Ward
purely
comic,
speculative.
not the
But
first
then would they
appearance
do the
as
same with Spider-Man?
say like a toy.
Will they do the same
know?
with Thor? Will they do the same with Doctor Strange? Will they do the same with Iron Man? Like it's a whole debate that they never sparked before. It was never brought
Right,
up, and this
because
is still a
that-
comic at the end.
And let
of
me
the
tell
day.
you, little brother,
and that's why I'm just
it's
saying.
because
That's why.
when
So-
there's a new hype and you have something that has a lot of history and a lot of source material to pull from, people will find any little reason, and especially not any little, but they'll find reasons to pump it and tell themselves to buy. Same thing happened with Winnie the Pooh.
Sound like a
here
bunch
we
of
go again.
complainers.
No, here we go again, right? So yeah, you should have saw it coming. You should have just stacked it. Should
My
have sold at
point
the
is,
top.
you're not gonna get
and
your
you could have
answer.
went and flipped
I
some
don't
nice
get it.
gems
Like-
right now for this massive dip, and you could have picked up plenty of stuff. Because if you just put 200 gems right now in the app, if you want to turn that into 300-400 real quick, some of these drops, some of these comic drops are a great opportunity to do that. Doctor Strange FA, you know, and we're going to talk about the Marvel list coming up because we made a little list. I didn't write them all down because it goes real deep, but there's a lot of Marvel drops coming up soon,
That's
and
what
we
she
talked
said.
about it. And we're going to go through the list because we might see Journey in a Mystery. What number is it? I forget the number. I'll look it up right now. But the
For
FA of Thor as the comic book, they just gave us the FA of Doctor Strange, and Comics and Crypto ranked it number 4, above Daredevil, above Ghost Rider, rightfully right there with the big
Do
dogs.
you think that's
And
real? Or
that
do
was
you think
our-
that's some comics and crypto manipulation?
I think it's a little bit of recency
market
bias.
manipulation.
It's a little bit of recency bias, but the comic
on.
is a Silver Age comic.
All
Since we've been on the app,
Yeah, that's pretty big
this
drop.
is our first Silver Age comic we've gotten in 6 months. That is significant. And we didn't talk about the drop at all last week, and then the computer died and it just cut off abruptly because we're going to get into it.
Someone
But
forgot
I
to
just
charge you.
knew to stack this one. So you know what?
Apologize
High
for that,
five
Jeff.
if you
I was
stack
supposed to
that
start
one.
the show off
I
by
got
saying
13
I'm
copies of it. So you know what? Hell yeah. And if we look back at
I only
any of
got
the top
4.
5, you wish you could get 13 of them. You would go back and be like,
Yeah.
let me go and buy 13 of them. Why not? Even if I
Well,
got to sell something for it. You know what I mean?
Back to that though. Back to that. On the comics. Also, if you just pay attention and shit,
Pay attention.
they only drop so low. They do. Like you're gonna see the grails and they'll probably hit $50. I don't know. We haven't seen a grail go under 40 like that in the top 10. Like, really, really, really drop.
Maybe
But-
Spike is flirting with it.
Except for, the other one Comics and Crypto put, which is Werewolf by Night, but it's debatable because that could be also market manipulation.
No, but
But-
it has the physical world stats
Yeah, I
to go
get
with it.
No, that's
Because
cool.
Moon Knight's always been a popular character in the comic book world.
And
He just barely got
And
like
that's
I've never
just
knew
super
heard of
rare.
Moon Knight. Like I just never have. And
No,
now
also all the complaints that I got from the people who did know about Moon Knight when they were like watching the show, they're like, oh yeah, they're doing it wrong on this or this and that and that. After the finale, it's like,
oh no.
oh,
Now
So that's the craziest
they
one, the
do get
personality.
it. They do
Yeah.
get
Spoiler
it. It's
alert,
like no
he's got
spoilers.
3
Now
just
they
personalities.
introduced them. We didn't say no names, but also too, look, highly rumored right now. It's not financial advice, but one of the comics that when I was on the app for the majority of it, since coming on it, you never seen it under $100. Now it is, and it's Thor. It's a 10,000 mint drop, and it's like I think it's like at $50 right now against
Beta
the
Ray
one with
Bill?
Beta Ray Bill.
I bought that one
And
for
if
like
you could
200.
get that,
I
you
sold it for like
should stack
160.
that. It's being highly rumored that Beta Ray Bill will come out in the new Thor. That will pump it just like Wanda. It will. There's only 10,000 mints of it. It's not one everyone's gonna have. If you have multiples of it, think it's gonna be a sought out comic in a few years. I truly believe that on that one. Hold on to that one. He takes Thor's hammer. It's a dope ass comic.
Well,
Read it.
I will
It's
say this.
fucking-
Check
it's
this out.
badass,
Check
dude.
this
It's
out.
just dope.
No, that's dope. I had that comic. I sold it because I forgot what I went for. It don't matter. It all went down anyway. But I did buy the Kang FA, the Avengers number 8, and it's a 10,000 mint comic.
Yep, it is, and that's
And
just
I bought a rare.
Right now.
I bought a rare for $570. That was back in like February. Since then, it's down to like $450, $420. It flirts with $399, but $420, $450, even in this market. So again, there's only like 20 listings. Like scarcity is your friend when you want to lock in diamonds. Lock in gems. Scarcity and these lower edition comics might be a good path to go. If you got the itch and you want to buy something of value and maybe it goes up and kind of play the game,
I think that's one.
Try that out.
That's one at $50. If it goes to 40 something, you should stack. I think that's one you could just steady stack, and you'll see a return in a few years for sure. So yeah, that's an iconic
All
comic.
right.
You just do it right there. Cop that.
So speaking of comics and coming up stuff, because there are rumors that Beta Ray Bill will be in the next Thor. We do want to talk about the upcoming Marvel Studios schedule. And obviously we got not this isn't Marvel Studio, but Disney Plus. We got May 27th, the Obi-Wan drop, and that'll be on Disney Plus. And if you read the tweet, they talk about kicking off Star Wars first with May the 4th, and then with May 27th, the Star Wars celebration in Anaheim. On top of that, the day that Obi-Wan drops. On top of that, probably seeing Vader on the blockchain. So Vader on Veve, which would be nuts. Purely speculation.
He's coming. Vader's on his way.
But besides that, we got the Marvel Studio schedule, and this is what we got to look forward to coming up. Obviously, Doctor Strange just dropped, so go check that out. Then we got Miss Marvel dropping June 8th.
They already gave us her comic.
We already got her comic, so maybe you see a pump when that series
We
drops,
got
and if she's
She-Hulk's
badass
comic.
and this and that.
Yeah, I think they do it just with the news, like when they're dropping that, they're gonna drop the show.
And then we got Thor 4, Love and Thunder, July 8th. And we might get, what is the damn, which one, what number is it? Can you guys look it up?
It's Journey into Mystery 69.
What
It is.
this shit?
I think it's
No.
58.
This is why we're
You're
not
oh my-
sponsored.
You're oh my-
It's 83. Journey into Mystery 83. The
That was
first
close.
appearance
That was
of
super close.
Thor. Now let me ask you guys: are you guys gonna buy 12 issues that day?
Fuck yeah.
Can you guys just like
Hell
get your
yeah.
120, 150
That
gems
shits
ready?
on Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, it'll be ranked above it. It'll be right there. Take his
I will
spot.
be completely ready to buy 15 of them until Viva Mescal is like, "Oh, you should only buy 5. Fool, fuck that. The floor is gonna rise. That's too high. Wait, just
Hell
wait.
no.
It'll drop to 8. Fool. It'll drop to 8." And he's
If
like, "I got like
everyone's off
16 of
the
them
app, we
at
might get-
$13.
We might
13
get like
gems.
2 of
You
them,
didn't get
3 of
any?
them.
It's because I'm the fastest hands in the West. That's why.
Hey,
That's all I got.
I'm sniping at $10. These fools can't land one.
Sniper
Blam,
game.
blam.
No, I was stupid because I sniped some other
Dude,
stuff
I'm
for
like
like
My thumb's sweating.
13.95 gems. And I'm like, I'm not paying 13.95. And I ended up sniping one for 14.50 later. Like, that's the only one I could get.
Veve Vault hit a secret rare on that one, then sold it for like $750, like right there,
Right away.
right away. He's like, the market's been messed up. I don't think this is gonna pump. He's like, it's just hard to tell. And then he also slept on Star Wars, which a lot of people did. They were just like looking at secret rares, like, the secret rare is like 700, 800. Should I get it? You know, I think it came out like 600 out the gate, 600, 700. People are like, and it kind of sat there. And then it went up to 900. And even then, like, it'll come down, it'll come down. And then boom, pumped over 2 Gs. So it's like, man, you know, even these last 2 comics, the Star Wars and the Strange Tales 110, they're like gifts, dude. Like, that was just a dope way to just, you know, level up your gems a bit and also stack quality drops. Even though Star Wars isn't high on the rank for the comics and crypto rank, I think they have it at number 14. So it's still a top 20 comic, so we can add that to the list. But it's definitely not like a top 10, top 5 type, Grail type comic because of the physical world. But it's Star Wars.
The
It's
franchise,
super
The
popular.
franchise.
Popularity could beat all that, you know. what
I
I
know
mean?
too. So last week I was at Dodger Stadium for May the 4th. May the 4th with you was not here. I was at Dodger Stadium, date night. But what I saw after was Justin Turner posing with the R2D2 coming out, and then someone said probably like, "Hey, take a picture real quick. Let me show you." There's like things like that too. Also make people more aware of it. And
So
we're
Justin
still in,
Turner dumped the market, huh? He fucked
probably.
it all up.
He had 3 doubles yesterday. He was on fire.
He
It was
would have
pretty good.
pumped the market instead of dumped it. He just needed to post Veve on his story. And he did it.
When
No-
we
nothing can save
jumped
the
on
market right
when we
now.
jumped on and collectibles were so high, even comics, even when you look at some of the bad buys that we made, it was because what we saw, we thought we were late, and oh man, we better jump on before this thing takes off without us. Boy, were we wrong. But either way, we are realizing that we were early, right? Then everyone starts saying, "Hey, everyone, you're still early." And now that this happens, like, this is the end. My only friend, the end. Like, they're just freaking basically.
I don't think it's the end at all.
No, but I don't think so either. But that's the sentiment a lot of people are throwing out now, where it's like, nope.
Opportunity. But I
I saw a bunch of VVs dying. And I was like, man.
Self-fulfilling prophecy. People been saying Vivi's dying, Vivi's this, and now it's like, oh, now it looks like that. But you know what?
Cisco's
People
top.
are dipping
Cisco's
out.
top.
You see, I told you it was gonna do this.
Gonna
I
happen.
told you guys. I told you it was gonna crash.
We didn't know. Hey,
Die, baby.
it is. It's tough. Someone asked me yesterday. So how's that old NFT thing you're doing? I'm like, it's going
Podcast
down,
is
baby.
booming. That's what
It's
we say.
going down right now. Like, how's
Look at
that
what,
Wonder Woman? Did you buy a
2
Wonder Woman for
listeners?
$1,000? I'm like, wow. Yeah.
I
You
bought
didn't
it. I
stack
bought
that?
it today for 140.
Yeah, you bought Wonder Woman
I'm
today?
playing. I just want
Fucking asshole.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna do.
Well,
I'm wait till the night
someone
where
bought
you're
it
really
at
drunk, I'm gonna send it to
1,700 out
myself.
there. So you know what? It's all right. We feel the pain.
Someone what?
Okay. So anyway, after that, after Thor, Love and Thunder, and he's loving some thunder, we're gonna get Black Panther Part 2, Wakanda Forever, November 11th. Then we got She-Hulk after that, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. So maybe that holiday Groot has something to do with that holiday special.
Holiday special. What are you talking about?
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. It's
That's
gonna
what
be
it's
on.
gonna be called.
It's gonna be yeah. It's not a movie. It's just like they haven't put out details, but they're doing a holiday special with Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, February next year, and then we get into all of the Guardians of the Galaxy and all kinds of other crazy stuff that we're not gonna get into because there's a bunch Marvel Zombies and freaking Young Avengers and all kinds of crap. So, but that's like next year and after that. But from these drops. Obviously, you can see Marvel's been setting it up with the comic book drops. We already got She-Hulk. We already got a bunch of them. So they might be good ones to check it out as far as the comics. Stack those and maybe it pumps on a down market, when everything else is kind of flat.
Yep. And one comic I want to say again, not even one, it's a whole series. It's 6 comics. Stack that Craven Spider-Man series comic. When the actual comic book community gets on Veve, those will be highly sought out. If you have them from the ultra rares to the rares, if you're able to stack them, no, they're saying no, but it's just the truth.
Don't say no to pizza.
It got overinflated the way they did them one day after another, just straight consecutive days in a row. That's what messed that market up because it pumped and then it went down. But that's a good one to stack, and they're all pretty cheap. They're all under retail on the commons. They're all under. I mean, some are at like $7.20, so 20 cents over retail. You can still get them at that price and just stack them if you could. If you can afford to, I think that's a steady stack. I think that's one that'll pay dividends in the future. One thing I noticed, because they're all down.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, they're all down though. It's just an opportunity.
Timon and
if you feel
Pumbaa is
like going at it, boom.
$100. Go buy it. Not financial advice.
Seriously?
Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare is $980. Go buy it. Not financial advice.
I don't got it.
Lightning McQueen, $57 under retail for one of the most
Damn.
popular Pixar movies ever. First appearance on the blockchain. There are no cards of this anywhere. This is not debatable. Go buy it. Not financial advice. We got CP30
You
down
literally said
to
to hold on to your shit until
$800.
later, and now you're saying you want to go buy
$800.
everything. Yeah, that one's crazy. That one's crazy. that it's that low.
One of the first drop for sure. R2 will be the first on the blockchain technically, but CP30 $800. Then we got the Jim Lee Batman. It's down to $15.
Fuck
Jim
the
Lee
market
Batman.
right now.
Nah,
$330.
that's a good price.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna sell mine, and I'll buy back in at $14. The Eye of Agamotto,
It'll never get
17
there.
cents. Everything's gonna be $1, one gem in the future.
What's Woody at? $99, under 100. Fuck.
Nice, just like I predicted.
Yep, he's always right. The other thing though, amidst all this bullshit, we got an update today. And try to turn on my VV. I was like, update, reinstall, do this shit now. Some people like the update, but they're still working. Still
Well, now
gonna
you can see
happen.
your comics.
And it's alphabetical order. Well, I could see my comics before.
No, but like now I could see your comics on your profile.
Oh, I didn't
I
know
could see how
that. I
many
don't look at
comics
your
you have.
shit.
No, I'm just saying like anyone's. You can see anyone's comics now.
I thought you could display.
You
them,
should
but
look at
can't.
my shit. You can't display.
Yeah, I thought you could display them. You can't.
Hey, and we're supposed to get the VV logo drop. The VV logo drop supposed to happen at some point with the waiting room. Man,
Each
I just
letter
hope
variant.
the next drop is gonna say so much because we got the Black Cat coming up with this amazing Spider-Man. We
Mhm.
looked it up on Go Collect. It's a pretty cool comic. 9.6 goes for like $1,200, 30-day average. So I'm pretty sure Comics and Crypto is gonna give this a hodl. And if you're a fan of the Spider-Man series from the 90s, Black Cat was one of the dopest characters, one of the most memorable characters. So I think it's a dope comic, but it's going to tell a lot tomorrow, because if there is this mass exodus on VV happening or in the crypto space in general, and that's just what I'm hearing, a rumor I heard. Who did I hear it from? Myself. So here you go. A rumor I've heard is people are selling off. People are going to walk away. People can't afford to keep up this habit, this addiction, this financial gambling called VV and NFTs. It's gonna be hard to fucking
Why did I
justify.
ever listen to the VV, bro?
Why'd you listen to us, bro?
These
Anyway,
fools, man.
and I really do know. I know for a fact people are just going to be like, hell no, I'm gonna sell everything or everything that I have up or stuff, that's not too down, blah blah blah, and they're just gonna close the app and say, hit me up when MTL's in, and I could cash this sucker out. and then they're gonna come in and they're gonna cash out. So we still have that to look forward to. So
That's the
we'll
crazy
see.
part of all this shit is that people who complain about MCL and who are saying, hey, you know, you can't cash out, it's a scam, all this shit, right? And they're like how you were telling me earlier on the phone, like it was at 1,000, that's how much they paid. Then when it gets down to 500, they're like, damn, they feel the burn. But then when it gets
That's
to 200,
50% correction.
they're like, oh no, I'm gonna sell it now because I don't want it to go to 50 and lose, right? But in the end, what they're complaining about is I can't even get my money out of here, right? But then how does it make sense that your strategy is to then get whatever money you can and just hodl that when this has the potential to shoot up at any point, especially if MCL is there? So it's like, okay, now people are more comfortable joining in. The people who have been sitting on the sidelines the whole time, like, I'm gonna sweep up all this shit, but I'm gonna wait till I can get my money out.
Yeah, yeah.
You get me? Like, why would you sound now over that? Because a lot of people is their first cycle too, going through this crypto shit.
I heard BitBoy talk about her. I was watching BitBoy because I haven't watched BitBoy in a while, but Altcoin Daily, I'll still sleep up with certain YouTube channels for crypto. Anyway, I was just hearing it to hear his perspective on everything crashing because that's usually when it's really funny, you know. It's like, watch this fool. And he talks about, like, I think someone said, oh, we're down 80% on certain shit, like 70, 80%. Oh, we only have like 10 more percent to go. And he's like, you know, that 10%, that 5% hurts the most. Like, that's kind of like where a lot of people can't even stomach it. It's like you're seeing, like, say I bought something at $1,000 and I see it go down to 500. I go, all right, I'm down 50%. It is what it is. I wait for it to go back up. And it keeps going lower and lower. It hits 200. I go, damn, I'm down 80% now of what I paid for it, of the value I put into it. And now it's going even lower. And then it hits 100. And some people will now, knowing it could go to 50, but it won't go to 0, right? It's like, it's going to correct. It's corrected 90. You won't let it correct 95 now. You're going to be like, fuck, if it breaks 100, if it breaks 80, but I'm out. I'll sell at 70 so that I could say, at least I got something for it.
Yep.
And then boom, it shoots right back up. Or it slowly, gradually just starts, more people buy it at that. And then it's gone from 100, it's gone from 200. Now it's back at 300, 400. And you're like, fuck, why'd that happen? It's because some people can't even stomach that last little percentage, you know? But we've literally been doing this show now and steadily have been going. We're probably the curse. We're the curse of the VV Bros podcast.
Yo, and that's one thing. And if you go back and watch our old episodes, I always said, you can't predict this. We can't make these claims. It'll never go under this. This will never happen. You do not know. You don't know. And just like with crypto, but the thing is, if you bought into this at all, you should just be ready for a dip. Not ready as I mean, like, loaded with cash, but you should be ready to expect to see a dip. And don't worry about it. If you bought in, you should just be happy to accumulate more. Like, it's one thing that was told to me. If you believed in it at its high, why wouldn't you believe in it at its low?
I told him
because you're gonna buy in. You bought in at this price point and it dipped, and you don't believe in it now, even though you believed in it up here. Like, why do you wait to jump on the money trade when you don't make more money? The people who make money are the ones who buy at the bottom, and that's just crypto 101, dude. You don't know what, but all you got to know is that you're not watching the coin. Whatever coin you believe in, it's not the only one. The whole market has crashed. You have no reason to believe that, like, oh, this fucking coin is done. The whole market has crashed. The king has crashed. Bitcoin has crashed. And how low will it go? Who knows? It will bounce back the fuck
$5.
It will bounce back. If it goes to $5, hell no. Everyone will put fucking everything on it.
So,
but
looking ahead,
that's my point, though. You cannot say things won't go under. You don't know. As far as I'm saying, that OB1, will it go under retail? Time will tell. Can a drop as big as OB1 go under retail? That's what we're gonna see with this market.
I mean,
we're gonna test it.
Who is
Woody's down
Obi-Wan?
to 99? You said Woody's down to 99.
Who is Obi-Wan?
And it listed at 60.
We've been talking about Obi-Wan for
listed at 60
weeks.
Ooh.
But it's a common. That's not that common that a common stays above compared to other collectibles.
Okay, let me ask you this. Grail start hitting under retail. Let's just say like a Woody. Let's just say like Winnie the Pooh goes under retail.
Grail collectibles.
Collectibles that are already in the market. And then Vivi lists something at $50. Does anyone go for it?
No, because they spend all their money on those grails.
No, that's an interesting question, right? What if we hit a point where things get so low?
Homie, let's go. Yeah. I've been trying to get this fool to teach me how to buy it, and I was to buy some too. I'm glad I didn't know earlier.
What? Homies? Oh, dude. Omi
Can't say
hurting right now, bro.
Ikja.
I'm gonna
Is
go
it
buy some.
Ikja? Ikja? I'm sorry, dude. I know I'm
Yeah,
butchering
dude,
it.
buy some Omi right now. Not financial
Ikja
advice,
Davis.
but bro, I'm gonna buy some. I bought some Bitcoin today, and then I'm gonna transfer that to Tether, and then buy more Omi. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's at a killer price, and I mean, it could
Davis
go
already
even
got
lower,
1 million
bro.
on your ass.
It's
Whooping you
down
on it.
20% on the day. Zero
Worst day
point
in
zero
crypto
zero
history, they're calling it.
13,347
Okay,
because
all
of
right,
that
KJ,
Terra
my bad,
Luna.
dude.
It's because of that Terra Luna. The Terra Luna drop where the stable coin lost like 80% of its equity, and it collapsed, and they're
Yeah, it's
calling it a
supposed to be
whole.
stable, supposed to be above $1.
Yeah, so
$1 at
imagine you
least.
put like $1 million in that, and now your $1 million worth 200 grand just because they don't have enough money to back it. Then they're selling their Bitcoin reserves to be able to back that, but it's just bringing the price of Bitcoin down with it too as it's crashing. So then that's bringing down the price of their coin too.
But if
So
they
it's
had a
just
million to
like
put in on that, they're probably all
a
right.
cascading effect, bro. So it's like nuts. It's pretty crazy, man. I wish I had like 50, 60 grand right now. Just buy a little Bitcoin.
Why
Buy a
there?
little
I wish I
Ethereum,
had $10 million.
buy some more Omi.
Small wish.
No, I mean that's not that much. 50 racks. 50 racks change your life. Like that's not really that fucking. I'm not. I mean, of course, if I had unlimited 5 million,
Great
50
time to
million,
buy. Yeah, I know.
it's a great time
Let's
to buy,
get
bro.
a loan.
Buy the dip. Like I said, when I started buying Omi in like January, February. At the time, to get 1 million Omi tokens was about $7,800, just under $8,000. And right now, I'm on CoinGecko, and if I put in $1,000 right now will get you 750,000 Omi. It'll get you 3/4 of the way there with a G. So
Just wait till tomorrow. That
Four-
shit'll get you 3 mil. when the shit
$1,400 right now will get you that million Omi. You could be an Omi millionaire. That is insane.
We got an Omi millionaire in the chat, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, stack
say
it,
bro,
bro.
'cause I said bro.
Stack it. Stack
Use
it.
your own words.
Got in at
Stack it.
0.28 and not mad.
Hey, that's a good buy-in. It's a good price.
Yeah, why
I
would
bought
you?
in
Yeah,
at
it's like
0.08.
stack it, right?
No, I had bought like
Go
a
buy more.
0.05,
You
and then
buy
it pumped to
more right now that it's
0.08.
on there. You buy
I
more.
thought we are gonna get listed on something significant. I was buying the hype a bit, just jumped in, bought some more, and then I just been buying the dip the entire time. So I'm almost at 1 million. I'll get to my million. I mean, I'll probably get to my million tomorrow. Yeah.
the crazy shit about all of it is that when we got into the app and everything, like it probably was bot driven that everything looked how it was and the scarcity and how these things were being listed, and if you want one, you need to get it here. And even the bots, if they're programmed a certain way, so like, all right, only let it go for this amount because that's where the floor is at, like a certain 5 gems under the floor or 10 gems under the floor is the green light, to be listed or whatever. And they're mass loading. It was like, yeah, all of that was there. Even it was said in the AMAs early on was we're ahead. Like we didn't expect this type of like user use and all this stuff. Like, we didn't expect this shit. So we have our priorities of what we're trying to fix and what we're trying to go with this app and our end game, our goals where we're at. So everyone else was just, like I said, trying to FOMO in and trying to get on that quick come up. And those are people who are the most fucking pissed. Look, he ain't mad at all. He said, I got 1 million on me right
honestly,
here. Bought it at 0028.
look,
Not
that's
mad
right.
at all. It's like,
Keisha
yeah.
or Kasia, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong.
Toast already.
But either way, it's Kasia. Oh, my bad. Fuck. He called me an asshole. I didn't mean to be that. But anyways, you're gonna buy in, right? You're already locked, you're invested in. You're not gonna run. I feel like the people bitching the most, if you read the comments on the feed of Veve, I'm like, dude, you had a bot. It's like written all in you're saying all these words, but all it's flashing is like, I had a bot. And now
like
I
the
can't,
bots
and
were
now I
taking-
can't do what
We're
I used
taking
to
50
do.
to 70% of the supply.
Like,
So you had
dude,
people who wanted it,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you had, only a third of them getting, like less, a seventh of them getting
did
it.
you
and
see
they,
the screenshots of the new update? So if you're using a bot and they banned your account, so they're not burning the mints, you're locked out for a year.
they get
You're locked
delisted
out for a
naturally
year.
after a month?
No, you're locked out for a year. Once you get back in, you're still blocked from the market, but you can basically sell off because eventually you're gonna be able to take your NFTs off. They just won't let you use Veve's market no more. There, you violated it. So you'll never sell on the Veve market. You could sell somewhere else, but you won't be able to sell there. And I forgot what the fuck else I said. Oh, if you whatever gems you have when MTL comes out, you'll be able to cash them out. Like you'll be able to take them out, but that's it. You're basically done with the app as far as they
Right.
go. Like you're just banned from it. You fucked
Wow.
yourself over.
I
All
wish I
right,
had some
and no,
bots.
well, like they'll let you do drops again. They'll let you go after drops. Obviously, they're gonna monitor if you use the bot, but if they catch you again, there's a second offense rule.
Right.
I seen someone post it on Reddit, like they screenshotted the new terms and shit
Then that's
because
a
it's
trip.
in there for bots.
Well, yeah, well,
Very
that
cool.
was going on when we jumped on in January. On top of that, a lot of people were leaving crypto and, cashing out, looking to jump into something new. So they're all over VV. On top of that, VV had just had a great run of like November, golden moments.
But if you're in a crypto, you should be
December.
used to losses too.
Oh yeah, I mean, this
Seeing that
doesn't phase
shit,
a lot of
like,
people,
you
but
know, like
there's new people, man. Like I haven't been in it that long, but I've been over a year, and which isn't shit, But there's people who this is their first 6 months, this is their first 3 months. They got in January at the bottom, and there was this like a nice little run up at a point, so they made some money. The Shiba heads and people like that, and this and that. Like, it happened again. It happened again towards the end of the year. And so, if you bought in at that time, maybe you bought at the top, you're hoping for another little run up like that. And now we're way down, and it's the same thing with this. And we'll get our time. We'll get our time to shine again, and things will run up. And
just
as new,
when and how long will you hold? How long
it's
can
just
you keep
like
your
user
diamond
adoption.
hands
But
and
dude,
just
like
go?
again, if you've spent money on this app, you're locked in. Like say with me, with a collectible that you bought at the top or towards the top, like you're locking in value into this app. It's a little scary. It takes a leap of faith. It's a risk. It's risky. But you have to see it as that way. The app's success is your success. And the bigger it gets, the more people are on it, the bigger the drops. It's flexing, man. Vivi could just flex. We talk about it on the show so much. Just drop a bomb on you. And they just dropped 2 comic bombs right now that like, woo, right? The Star Wars and the Strange. And then, if we get Darth Vader towards the end of the month, the IP, it just speaks for itself. There's not another NFT project doing stuff like this. And rejoice, because during this next crypto dip and winter and like the whole bear market, because the bears are dancing, you can say what you want, but the bears are in charge right now. We're going to see a lot of things fall off. We're going to see a lot of things tested. And I truly believe it's probably going to be like 10 to 20,000 people on this app, just carrying this app through.
No,
till we
and
get
the
to the big,
strongest will come out the best.
till
on
we
the
get
other
to those
side.
big
I
mass
honestly believe
adoption
that, though.
again.
And on that note, what I propose now is that we pick up a secret rare collectible and start a community around it. We say, hey, you got one? You're a part of our gang. You want to do it? Let's get the
All right, which
Electro
one?
secret rares.
The electric,
This ugly bitch. Let's do it. Or whichever one. Doesn't matter.
ugly
I'm
bitch
saying like,
club? That's not
imagine
gonna
like
sell.
all the
That's terrible.
No.
How you
ugly
think women
bitches
are
are
gonna
in.
feel
Ugly
about
bitches are
this?
in.
That's
You choose
messed
that
up.
shit. Well, I got multiple.
No, but seriously, like no,
that
like
way it's like limited too. Only like 2,100 people.
I saw the Walt Club, right? If you got a Walt now, they're doing the ones that's doing like merchandise
the
too.
Agamotto secret rare is probably like 150.
You guys seen
right
that?
now in this market?
The Partners Club, the Walt Partners Club on Twitter, they're starting and stuff. This dude made like merch and everything, like the Walt
No, I
Club.
seen the
and
watch is being sold in on the park because VV Magic posted it.
The
She
Eye of
has- she
Agamotto
has-
rare.
she has
So which one are we doing? The secret rare though of Eye of Agamotto, or is that we're gonna do?
Toby
Our club?
secret rare right there. Toby secret rare. Toby to the moon.
Toby, let's do it.
Toby.
I like Toby.
Dude, the Tobies.
Let's see how much
Highly
that.
sought out.
Let's see how much that Toby will set me back right now.
Like what? $6.99.
I think it's like
Fuck no.
$5.
The secret rare.
There's
The
should
secret
be
rare,
two.
69 in the market. It's $89 right now.
89.
All right, but this is what we gotta do. We gotta buy one each month, like one a month during this whole down market. So we end up having like 6, 7, like try to get 1 or 2 a month. And so that way we buy up the supply. That's the whole point. And then it makes it so rare.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
none in the market.
And,
It just shoots
and
it
then
up.
at a certain point, there's none in circulation. And when we have our events, people who want to get in, we like haze them like in freaking like fraternities. And it's like, all right, come through. You want one? you see what you're willing to do. Join the Toby
So
Club.
we're gonna be the Toby homies.
Toby.
The Toby homies.
Toby.
Don't want to haze people. First time for you heard it here first.
You heard it here
Doesn't
first.
like
Who in the
hazing.
chat owns? Who got the Toby secret rare? Who's the one who suggested it?
I got a Toby, but I
Keisha
ain't got no
Davis.
secret rare Toby.
Keisha?
I
Hey,
got a
well,
common Toby. He's
get
a
that
cool
secret
Toby.
rare. Let's do it. Let's all make the leap right now. $89, 89 gems. I got it on deck. Who needs America Chavez secret rare? I don't.
All right, fine. No hazing, but we shit on everyone who doesn't have one.
Let's do
You
it.
don't got one? You're fucking stupid. What are you waiting
All
for?
the millions of
Because we
users
all
and
have it?
shit.
Yeah,
And we're gonna be
I
right
got
there,
it. You
like
are.
the only people who have it.
We'll make Toby shirts and wear them to all the events.
Get
and then-
freaking sued by the
And then
artist.
we'll jump in the air and hold that pose like the one of the Toby of the secret rare, and we'll take a picture, and it'll be our thing. And we'll call it Toby
Damn, the market is down.
posing. I don't know.
All right,
how
so
else
then
to name the name.
besides the Eye of Agamotto, which one was what's
Deadpool
another one that was our
Rares are
worst? You know, like one of the
33,
worst
bro.
drops, the
Holy
worst
shit.
feedback, Mick,
Huh?
that we got.
Deadpool
Besides the
Rares
eye,
at 33.
You know, people shit on everyone was all mad. Even got my collectibles to be like, I'm PO'd. Or what did you say on
If
TikTok?
it were to happen again,
No, I'm saying what was the other
Dude,
one
we
that
talked
it happened
about
with?
it. He talked
Was
about his rant last week
the
on
Matt
last week's
Gondik, right?
episode.
It was like that was the
Watch
disaster and everything.
Mhm.
And then what happened? Matt Gondik was the first one to get the utility attached
Right.
to it, and everyone was like, "Oh, right, cool." Like, you know, was that planned all along?
so you
Or
think
was
the
it
Eye
like-
of Agamotto is like that?
I
saying
think
it
Matt
could be.
Gondik pushed the issue with it. I think the IPs have to push the issue with the. with
It's
the
holding
utility.
195.
I can't spend no more on that trash on Toby.
I
I
got
got
a coworker
Usher.
who bought them all up except for the secret rare. He just needs the secret rare to
Nah, you
complete
can't
Of
be
it.
Toby?
in the
Including
club.
Toby, yeah.
Can't be in the club.
Because he was just like, "What's the cheapest collection?" And he was like, "Toby."
That ain't the cheapest one. The
Well,
stamps
he
are hella
felt like
cheap.
It was. He felt,
Like
yeah, I
the-
got the stamps.
The
cheap
year
as
the
fuck, bro.
the year the tiger and the rat and all that, I think that stamp collection you could get it for like $100, like the entire thing, like 150.
Damn.
I haven't looked at those in a while.
Eye of Agamotto secret rare is actually holding its
What is it?
it's at 195. It pretty
What
much
was the-
hasn't
because
slipped
the
under
movie
like
just
Only
around
came out,
2100.
you know?
There's only 2100 of them. So
Damn,
about
that
it.
day people were listing it for $5. Not the secret rare, but the common. That shit was comedy. It
Yeah, I
was
was
just
pissed
like
about that.
that was the fuck you.
You know
too.
what? All you guys listing below. You know what? I don't even care. I don't want to know your comment below, dude. That show's so hilarious. He finally gave Mike Collectible some more props besides him making the list of good content. He was like, dude, I love it. Look, he finally got pissed.
But the only thing I was like, then he goes, I've bought gems off app too. So, but this is ridiculous. And I'm like,
Yeah, he
wow,
dry snitched.
if fools are right here buying gems off app and that's why they don't care and they're dumping this, then you are saying you're doing the same
Well,
shit.
I would have
and you
bought
can't be
two
that mad.
Supermans at 5K too if I had gems off that.
Man, I know. Let me get some gems off app, man. Let me turn my one gem into
Hey, you gotta get
5
more of
gems
those-
real quick.
Those 0.4 gems?
That'd be great. Or turn my one gem into like 2.5 gems. Cool. Sounds great.
It's better than buying a comic and selling it at $3 like you were doing for a week and a half.
Yeah, I know.
But look at it
Nothing's wrong
now.
with
It
them.
was a genius.
No, it was not genius at all. It was stupid. It was stupid as fuck. Like there's no
I was
justification.
gambling. I was
He said
gambling.
where he
There's
was
no
like it
justification
was
for it.
fun. It was fun. It lasted whatever. It was fun. You know,
It's fun while it lasted, but no, obviously I'm not gonna do that anymore. I was just playing the game to get a secret rare, and then dumping it just so I didn't have to put fresh money in, like a lot of people were. That's all it was. Ain't nothing to it.
Dude, we got in November. December is when we first hit our drop, and now it's May, right? So what? 6 months roughly. And there was a point I remember where Mick was like, I sold 50 comic sticks. I wanted to get this because like we got to segue into collectibles. Like we've been buying a bunch of comics and we've been focusing on it. Let's go to the collectibles because they were pumping crazy. And he was like,
And
if you
time
get
has
something,
shown that was the wrong move.
no, it was the right move at the time. And then now it's not. Like saying you have to be able to get new information and change your mind. You can't be stuck in your ways and then accept the
Yeah.
L's as far as being like, yo, I'm so stupid. I did this. Like, no, you're so stupid. You're not adjusting to what's going on currently. Like you're
I
worried
didn't
about
have
the
to
L
just
you took.
because I knew.
This fool.
I knew.
Look at it's crazy. Look,
Anything could
during
drop.
the
And that's what
up
I
market,
said.
during the
Anything
up
could
market,
drop. Nothing will save.
when things are up, hold up. The rare mints, they matter a lot. Right now, as things are down, the rare mints, you see some triple digits, you see some low additions, sub 5% going for cheap as hell. Because in a down market, they're not liquid. You know what I mean? They're hard as hell to get rid of.
Well, there's enough people who are like, comics crypto is just pumping shit, so it don't even matter. It's not real. It's not gonna make a difference in the end. And then they're
Patrick
like,
Hughes.
fuck it,
No,
I'll
they
get rid of
do
it.
have-
Yeah,
if you
Patrick
do
Hughes,
your
dude. I really
research,
wanted
look,
that
If
one.
you do your research with comics and crypto,
Let's see where Patrick
some of the
Hughes is
shit
at.
they do say is true, But a lot of it too is like, dude, you're kind of pumping your own bags. Like,
Pure
I feel like
entertainment, not financial
y'all are just
advice.
booming.
Man, you just have a
They make
fucking
good
problem
content,
with
I
dude.
just
dude.
keep it real. They give some
$279
valuable
for the
information. I do check
contemplating
if they put if
Venice.
they give a hodl or if they give a sell. I do
Like
check.
I
And
truly believe this. You're absolutely right. This contemplating Venice and these Patrick Hughes paintings are going to be huge. They're going to be 5K to 10K range, probably even more if we go on a crazy bull run. But I look at this price at 279. I'm like, man, I think it'll go lower. You know, obviously, because I have recency bias because the
hell
damn
yeah,
market
it'll
has
go
been
lower.
like that. But I think, you know, it'll go lower, but that's definitely on the hit list. I wouldn't mind having that one in the arsenal. And
It'll
what
go
did it list
lower
at?
'cause there's
200.
no
It's
demand right
almost going to
now.
get down to
There's no demand
200.
right now.
It'll probably go down to listing price. I could see it at listing price for sure.
It might. It might. It was also limited. It was also a limited run, and for people to put the 200, like you said, there was no new gems being pumped in. It's people getting the gems in their wallet and then deciding what they want to do with it. And it was such a limited run on those both of the Patrick Hughes that is anybody going to put them up for that much? You know, like why would they? They could just hold on and worry about everything else they have in their damn collection. You know, like
Well,
why would they
there's
dump
not
that
that
one?
many. There's not that many supply, but people are because, you know, the amount of listings is kind of deceiving at times, and we're learning this too. It's like a new rule in a way, you know. It's a little deceiving because maybe there's not a lot of listings. There's not a lot of people willing to sell. But if there's just one, two, or three of them just undercutting constantly, and they're getting bought up, but every time it's you know, new bad news or a new big drop, you just see 3 or 4 new listings pushing the price down, and that's really all you're seeing.
But how
you
low
know?
were you saying?
Huh?
How low were you saying? Like, because it was
I'm
200 right
saying
on
it.
drop day. So then,
It was 199. I think it'll go back to listing price for sure, and then maybe hang
well, yeah, no,
around
I
there.
saw that list for a couple of days or something, or at least like a couple hours or whatever.
But it had gotten over 500 at a point. The contemplating Venice pumped to like 550 or I think 600. As it should. It has all the catalysts and the reasons too, plus a small supply. But obviously, it's still being affected by the market and the current times. Nothing is safe. Honestly, the only thing moving up are these comic drops or a collectible that might have that much buzz, but there's not really many of them.
But
The comics right now have a chance to at least 1x, you know, let's just say aftermarket. But if you get them at on the drop, like a $7 comic, like say this Doctor Strange, and you sold it for 28, like that's not bad. Again, you can hold it for sure. It's going to be worth more than 28. But take those profits and it drops down to 14. It drops down to
my whole thing with
to
the
12.
artist drops that we've had, like from even the beginning, like even the ones that we missed, we weren't a part of before. The fact that, you know, you say, all right, when the real comic heads, the physical comic heads come in, and then we'll see what it is and everything, right? So the same thing with those artists. Like some people are buying it, selling now because they see it on the investment side, right? They're like, oh, I'll just get it. We'll see what's up. But when we are living in Ready Player One, and it's like everyone has their apartment or their shit, and they want to have their display of everything. I could have the Patrick Hughes, the actual physical that I bought 10 years ago, or some dude, a connoisseur, but he's gonna want that NFT of it, and the prices where they're at, and for the people in that space, like, you want it or
Nah,
not.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you get me? It
That'll be
becomes
one.
that.
That'll be one when things are up, when the market's up later on down the line. People are gonna be like, God damn, that thing pumped like crazy. Like it's in its own little bracket.
Hell yeah, David, you said it. Dude will be dead in 10 years. 81 years old. Exactly. We were talking about that when the drop happened. Like, that's a strong catalyst. This who freaking kicks the bucket. Like, no more of his art. And he was able to do it. And he's one of the older dudes too. So it's
Right.
like he was able to, like,
Yeah.
embrace the
lived through
future and
so many different
embrace the
phases,
future. And
like-
for his art, for what it is, the fact that they're able to emulate it so well, the 3D effect and how it looks, you know, like, that's a big part of it, dude. Like, you know, it's gonna look that way on the wall the same way it does in person, which makes it so much doper. Like, just seeing his art on a video is like, oh, it looks like an NFT, and it's not, you know, like, that's just popping out. Like, it's amazing.
And since
his
he's
work.
like not a smaller artist, but he's not like this huge company, there's a lot, you know, there's strong likeliness you'll be able to move off the app sooner than say some of these comics or some of this stuff if you wanted to put it on another marketplace later on down the line. It's like, man, we in the middle of the storm, bro. It's so crazy. Like,
Well, with the way technology moves, I told you that Paris Hilton shit. They posted a video and she had like her NFT, and it's like basically like a movie poster. Like when you go to the movie theater, like the big frame, and when you look at it, it's all that on your wall, and it's displaying your NFT. So it's like, not, you know, you could put your hand through it. It's freaking on some Tony Stark shit. just the future. One day I told you guys, I was telling Ben earlier, like I bought a TV and 3 months later that shit was out of date. And I was like, this shit is whack compared to the TVs that came out 3 months later. And technology moves that way. So once we hit a certain point where they're able to display these things in a different way and people are more, it's more common space, you know, like these artists I think are gonna be like, it is a smart fucking pump. Yeah, he does have a following. No, yeah, he's amazing. Like he's well known. It was a big drop for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about it. I went for the drop. I went for the Venice crates.
No, I didn't have the
I
gems
had the
to do
one.
it.
I had it. I mean, I
As
didn't
soon as
even
they
have
said
them
200,
loaded.
I was like, yeah, I can't.
But it
even
got
go for
kicked
it.
out quick.
Go under listing for a little bit, and I should have bought one at that point. And I thought about it.
Well, when it
because I
came
knew
out, it was like
would pump.
199,
I believed in
206,
it 100%.
and then it pumped.
I knew it would pump.
279 though. Yeah, we'll see it lower. We're gonna see it back at listing price. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's how it feels. Who knows? Um, we're talking about crypto and like decentralization and the reason people like crypto and blockchain technology and some of the stuff it represents. But it's funny because I've been reading a lot of comments that people are saying like, "Don't worry, whales are gonna come sweep the floor." Like hold on tight. Someone else, some rich motherfucker's gonna come in and solve all our problems. And it's like, it's funny, as much as everyone wants free market and decentralization, in the end, if a whale comes and buys half the supply or buys most of the supply, then technically he's now in charge of that. He can sway the market and do whatever he wants at that point. It's essentially centralized through that person, through that thing. And during these times, it's funny, like people just want the quick fix. But no, we need to like wash it out. We need to wash out the market. We need to wash out these prices. We need to get things to settle, and people will jump in, and we will have an opportunity.
Your band-aids because you're gonna bleed.
It's
You're gonna
bleeding.
bleed, and you're gonna bleed, and there will be blood. There will be blood.
What I suggest is just stop looking at how much you paid and then how much
Daniel
how much the
Day-Lewis,
floor is at.
there will
Because
be
that's where it
blood.
hurts the most. Like you paid this much for it, the floor is at this, and it's like,
But if
fuck,
you're
man,
in,
they
if
just
you-
want to get rid of it. They don't even want to look at it anymore. It's like get out of here. Like they don't even care.
so that means that, like, dude, like if you are in green on certain items, like I was looking like at all my stuff, like what am I in the positive on? Because it's hard to come by gems right now. Not a lot of people are putting in fresh money. And when they do, we'll see the numbers. We'll see that, oh shit, someone uploaded a gang of money. Hopefully with the web platform, we do see some bigger movement and fools maxing out their card or just having a bigger credit line, being able to come in and buy $10,000 worth of stuff and kind of get people like, oh snap. Not that we need that catalyst, but that's what people need for sentiment and for certain stuff so
Fuck
that they
'em.
can do it.
Fuck them.
But hey, if you
That's why
want
I
to
see
sell
it.
your grails to us,
Dude.
hey, we'll take them off your hands, Papa.
But
We
how
got you.
low will you go? How low will you let it go?
And if you're gonna let Obi-Wan collectibles and Darth Vader, first Darth Vader on the blockchain, go down to retail and treat it like a scrub NFT, because you don't know, don't trip. We'll take it off your hands. Like, don't even trip. We in it. We in it for the long
And
haul.
everyone should have that same mentality if you have the gems or you have the extra collateral to throw at it, because this is opportunity to buy. This is opportunity to get blue
Yeah,
chips,
dude.
to get
Time to get that
grails
part-time
you
job.
can
Time to
just
sell that kidney.
get an extra
Time to sell that
job,
ass.
get a
That
loan.
plasma.
It's not financial advice.
Time to sell your TV.
But just do what you got to do to stack.
Sell that
man.
old
It's the
car.
time.
Just
This
take the
is
bus, dude.
time.
Just get out. You don't need it.
Don't rob anybody.
Buy, stack. You got it. We got it. We're going to be on episode 75. I'm telling you, it's going to be around episode 75, like 52 weeks plus like another 4 or 5. So like episode 60. Oh, well, what are we at? 14.
52 weeks plus a couple is not 75.
Let's just say 60
Not-
weeks from now, and
not
we're on episode 14.
Mathematical advice.
74 weeks from now. So episode 75, I'm telling you, episode 75, VV bros. 75 weeks we're gonna be talking to you guys. We're all gonna be popping champagne right here. Sham fucking pain.
Keyword pain.
I'm gonna be looking at our vaults, just like rejoicing at all the grails we got and how fat our stack is. And we're just gonna be like, yeah, man. Hell yeah. Omi will be sitting at like 50 cents, maybe knocking at like 70 cents.
$10.
I don't know about no $10. It hits $1. We ain't working no more, baby. We are not working no more.
Lend me some money.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Around 200. Yep, 100 mil floating in the app. So it's just like there's not a lot of gems to go around, and people who are holding gems, they're not putting in fresh money. They're holding their stack. There's about 100
Yeah,
mil
because they
just
spend
floating.
$1,000 on Wonder Woman,
So,
and they're like,
but imagine the MTL people or people with big stacks who are just sitting. There are some big whales out there with 6 figures easy, 7 figures worth of gems. So they're like, can't wait for MTL. Most normal people, I don't think they're sitting on that many gems. They probably don't even have the 1,000 for the cash out, So yeah, dude, like if you are in the green and you can flip and get gems when they're like, if we had used gems at a stable coin, and we talked about this 14 weeks ago on the first episode, it might be that gems, if you got the itch, you want to turn your dollars into the gems so you don't spend it or anything else. If you don't have liquid like that, just buy the gems and sit on them and just watch. And then let the gems you own represent the collectible and see if the collectible could keep up with the gems. Because when you're up in the up market, your gems can't keep up with the collectibles. The next day it's up. The next day it's up. The next day it's 700. The next day it's 850. Then you're like, damn, it's 990. You're like, oh, fuck, I need to buy this thing. What do I do? Well, it's opposite when we're going down. I put the gems in. I'm thinking about buying Spider-Man for 550. I got the gems here and I just hold. I go stable coin this shit. Fuck it. That's 550. Stays 550, 570, 580, goes down to 450. Oh, should I buy it? No. It can't keep up with my gems, so I shouldn't. I'll just throw more gems in. I'll put $5 in, $10 in, scratch the itch. You probably be sitting like I know me and this and all of us be selling a couple thousand gems by now. Let's just say 2,000, 3,000 gems of stuff we own now, but we bought at a higher price and we just use it as stable coin. And then we looked at right now and we just look at each other like, time to buy? Like, I don't know. Is this even the time to buy? Who knows? It could go lower in the next few weeks.
I don't think we ever see a time like this.
But it's just so hard to predict. I'm just playing theoreticals, 2020 hindsight.
My theory
it is what it is. I bought shit.
This
cool.
is your chance, and we never see this again. However long it lasts, I don't know. It could be 6 months, it could be a year. But I'm just saying this dip, and as it keeps going lower, we do not see this again on season 1 items, season 2 items, season 3 items. That's literally the truth. No, I swear, we're not gonna see this type of low because shit will keep dropping, and it makes the other older stuff more valuable.
Wow.
It's only gonna keep pushing it and pushing it. The further
We're
we get
still
away
not
from
at
the
the
beginning.
bottom. I don't think
No,
we're at the
I'm
bottom.
not saying that. So I'm not saying buy today, but I'm just saying, I mean, on this dip, however long it lasts, it might last months. So I'm not saying go buy tomorrow, but I'm just saying, I don't think after it bounces back up that it goes back this low. I do not think so. Not on some of these grails, not on these blue chips, because of the FAs, because of all the things attached to it.
Well, that's the stuff we know. We still need adoption. We need people to jump in. Veve is very, very easy to get, easy to send, but people are going to need money too. And right now, like I said, you can't get stuff at the market is so expensive. Your gas is so expensive. The luxury of buying digital collectibles is not going to be that enticing. It's going to take the community and the people that care about it. And luckily these IPs are big enough and they look dope enough and they have enough catalysts and reasons and talking points and crazy fuckers like us who will do a podcast, and the community is going to keep this thing going. Because to be honest, yeah, people are making life decisions right now talking about, oh yeah, can I get a painting of this artist? Well, who is this? $100 and $200? That's what you're spending this on? That's some rent money. That's your cell phone bill. Like that's a market. That's like 1 week, not even a week of food at the market. You know what I mean? Like how things are going. And then you're going to go and spend that. So those kind of things, I think we're seeing that, and they're going to be real like that going forward. And people might not have the luxury or the conviction to do it for the risk, but we do. And I know if you're watching this channel, you do too. And if you don't, we're going to tell you that we are. And episode 75, I'm telling you, a year from now, plus like a month or two,
75.
episode 75, Veve Bros, champagne, fucking owe me at 75 cents, 80 cents, knocking on $1.
And if
the crypto
not,
market's pumping, the ETH bags are
and
pumping,
if
the
not,
Bitcoin bags
we will
are pumping.
make the Fire Fest documentary
Well, not
about
pumping, but they're
Veve.
good. They're good.
And we'll make sure they know.
I think
We'll be
Only at
outside David Yu's house.
15
Fuck
cents,
you,
25
give
cents.
me my
right there.
Spider-Man gems back. Doing all the craziest shit, right?
But maybe I'm Moon Boy, you know.
Nah, but I
I'll-
believe in it.
I'll take a penny at this point.
We'll see how this week goes. We'll
I'll
see how
take a
this week
penny.
goes. Maybe we get some big drops.
Take like
Who
5
knows? By the
cents
time
right
you
now.
guys talk to us next week, we do have an amazing Spider-Man drop tomorrow.
Let's talk
If
about that
it's
real
an
quick before
FA.
we close out, because we do got to close out.
Yeah, we're closing out already. So we
Oh,
do
are
got
we
an
Ben?
FA.
You don't
Yeah, we
call
are.
you don't
I'm-
you don't call the
I'm running
closeout.
show,
You're
but
out.
anyways, I'm in the middle, so I run the show. Anyways,
Wait. Go ahead.
bitch, I was about to say I'm running the show. So look,
Are you going for the
anyways.
drop? Let me ask you.
hell yeah, I'm going for the drop. What about
What an
5 of them
idiot.
too?
$40, like you said.
Do you think you'll be?
Put
Let me ask you this. Do you think you'll be able to buy 5
$55.
tomorrow?
I'll be able to buy
I-
20.
So
if I
you know what?
want
You
to.
cut me off earlier, Ben. So fuck you. This is what I'm gonna tell you. This drop is super significant tomorrow. It may be the biggest drop in VV's history, and I'm gonna tell you why, brother. Because
Cat
we're
shows
gonna
mixed
get a
between
heat
Randy
check.
Savage
We're
and
gonna
Matthew
we're
McConaughey.
gonna get a heat check to see how many people are on VV right now. We have the VV Exodus. It's the rumor. People are selling off and leaving. Will you be able to get 5 comics tomorrow? If you can get 5 of this comic, this amazing Spider comic, the amazing Black Cat and Black, Cat.
He's not called the Amazing Black
It's a rename.
Cat,
It's a
but
remake.
She's Black Cat.
Black Cat
She's
comes out
amazing.
in Doctor Strange.
She's FA Black Cat, right?
Catalyst.
If you can get 5 of these tomorrow, to me, that signals not a lot of people on VV.
And if you've seen Black Cat in
That's all I'm gonna
Doctor
say.
Strange
That's
and
how I'm gonna end
everything
it.
she does, you're gonna be like, you know what?
These
Yeah,
covers
it
look
makes
great.
sense. It makes sense. Why? Because Black Cat is savage. She gives Wanda the greatest fight. Like she puts up the best fight.
Spoiler
against her.
alert, she's in
You know,
it. Wow.
so-
Thank you.
You know,
Piece of
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Christopher
exactly
Walken
the
is
Anyway,
catalyst
that.
behind this.
The rare looks amazing.
Let's go.
The ultra rare looks amazing. She's got diamonds. And then the secret rare looks dope too. She's on like a little string and stuff, like a little cat on a wire.
Christopher
go for
Walken
this
is
one.
Black Cat's
I'm only gonna go
dad.
for 3. I'm gonna have discipline because I think this one will go under retail because people are gonna sleep.
Yeah,
on this
that's
one.
cool. Under
But I'ma
retail,
stack
don't
on this
get
one.
you
I'ma
a
stack
play
this
in
one.
the secret rare.
I'm gonna
So,
give me at least 6 common and at least 4 uncommon.
Afterwards, you say.
Aftermarket, of course. I'm not even gonna go for the drop. I'm not even gonna risk
I
the
will.
secret rare. I'm just
get
gonna
the secret rare.
buy them in aftermarket.
You can't, if especially when you're talking about, oh, you need gems. If you don't give a fuck about it, just sell it right away. You can get it like turn 7 gems into 100 and
Well, I'll tell you
something
this,
gems.
look,
So yeah,
I
mean,
didn't
it's
go
not a
for the
bad-
Mordor one, the Strange Tales 111. I slept through it. I got up, I went on the market, and I bought 4 of them at like $4 each. That was $16, and they're all 4 digits. If I had gone for the drop, that only gets me like 2 comics, for what I paid for that. If I had gone for 5, the point is I got 4 comics for the price of what would have been 2 on
And the
drop.
point is, I hit a secret rare on that one, so that one, boom.
But it ain't a grail. It's number like 20 something on the
He wants
list.
to emphasize.
So I
that,
hit a
but
rare, and that one's going.
pretty
It's
good
not a
comic.
grail.
It's a good comic.
Anyway, now we're gonna end the show. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. VV Bros,
We'll see y'all
episode
next week.
14. We'll see you guys next week.
I do
Lord
plan.
help us.
I do plan on starting
Get your money
a
up.
TikTok on it for us. We're gonna get the IG page popping. We're gonna get all this shit popping so you get more content from us. Not only on Wednesdays, we're gonna go bigger.
Secret rare Toby gang. I got this Star Wars shirt at Target. Saw some dude at Disney wearing it, and I said, "Yeah, Target, baby. We're wearing the same shirt."
And what do you
Do it.
say?
He got embarrassed. He was mad at his girlfriend, like, "Fucking told you people are gonna know I go to Target. It's not original shirt." I was like, "Yeah, bro, Target."
What a dick.
Star Wars.
They are original. They're licensed tees. They're kind of like licensed NFTs. So
Peace, y'all. You guys have a good night.
Next
See you guys next
we'll
week.
see y'all.
Our producers are fucking asleep
Cheers.
this week.
Cheers.
Yep. I only got one beer from Rogers.
Salud.
Horrible.
Be happy.
It's a horrible performance.
Good night.